Alright. So, when we last left our group, they had done a little bit of shopping around and purchasing and gathering supplies at Scare's Wings before they decided to make their way towards the river, beginning to transport Alil to her required destination as escorts. As you've made your way there and made it down the river, you you stopped and made a little visit into a small side cave from this section that you haven't quite explored yet. Upon entering, you found several luminescent crystals, almost gravity-defying moss, and musical mushrooms. You, at least two of you, Nala and Leaf, Leaf, sorry, consumed the moss, and after a little bit of time and waiting, you kind of saw glimpses of stuff that happened around the moss as it happened, revealing that its moniker was called Echo Moss. Getting a bit more in-depth details, or rather, more along the lines of odd happenings that happened that you are now privy to. You haven't shared this information with anyone else, keep in mind. And as you continue exploring the cave, Leaf stopped and quickly turned into sand and went into Nala's pack. As shortly after, Ember emerges out. And Ember, you go ahead and come out right here. As you stumble on the ground, mouthful of sand, and quietly walks over to offer you help up.
He accepts and gets up, brushes himself off. Oh!
Carefully aids you up.
That's actually a really big compliment coming from him.
He's quiet. Ember, as you have emerged and looked around, you see that you're in some sort of cave. You can hear faint echoings of water rushing, bouncing off the walls in this area. Lots of luminescent fungal pods that are growing on the ground, giving you a fair bit of decent light, and large bit of spires of crystals. And as you look up on the ceiling, you also see some thick green moss all over the top. In certain patches, at least.
Huh. It's pretty up here.
Yeah, it has a dead body.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't. It's like straight up a skeleton. But yeah, it was not quite like Difference.
It has a mask.
Yeah.
It has a mask up there?
Gold or something?
Yeah, it has a mask. That's what I was talking about. It's not quite like Difference.
As it is pointed out to you by Nala, you do see bound on the wall from the moss what appears to be a mask, and at least the formation of a body still covered in moss. The mask is just partially revealed, and it's golden with slits where the eyes are, and I have an image of what that is that I can go ahead and share with you.
While you're looking that up, I made a comment while Ember was getting up. Was that heard and ignored because that was something that was best to be ignored, or I wasn't sure if people didn't hear
that
me
at all.
I got up, done the recap,
Oh.
and go do stuff.
Okay, now when Ember was being gotten up by Alil, Nala says, it's actually quite the compliment from him.
Accepting help,
What?
I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Normally he doesn't let women touch him.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's the wound part?
No, there's no reason to talk about that. That mask is pretty cool.
He's scared of boobs. Moving on.
Yeah, the only difference in the image and in the description I gave is that in the image it's silver, but in reality it's golden.
I mean,
Hmm.
if someone can throw someone up there, I can make sure they don't die when they hit the ground.
I can.
How high
So-
up is it?
I can fly up there. That's not the
The
problem.
ceiling of this cavern is roughly 45 to 50 feet high, and all along the walls is several protruding purple crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've flown up there, but I'm not sure if it was a good idea to touch the body since there was like a whole vision thing going on about people threatening David. So, oh wait, clues. Kermit, is it okay if I do something stupid? Is Kermit giving like a "the fuck are you on about" stare, or
He's more like, you guys do what you want. He's holding position where he is, protecting his escortee.
cool? So we just have like a solid like minute or two of just not talking. Okay then.
Well, I mean, he
Artemis was
does
standing
it
around.
playing banjo, so there's always theme music,
Oh, you're playing
Or-
banjo now.
Oh,
background music.
Over here?
Alright.
Did you say this was one
Uh,
cave? Or you said it led to the other side, right? To another alley?
Yes. First off, so you're playing the banjo. All right. As you're playing the music, each time you pretty much pluck a string and do that, it pretty much each different note, it causes a different mushroom spore around to light up with a different musical bong to almost accompany that note.
What kind of sound is it? So you said bong, but is it like a snare?
Almost, almost like a bell, like bing bong boom bong bing.
Oh,
bong.
bell.
Almost very like a mixture between a bell and a gong. Like it echoes like a gong, but it has the initial note of a bell.
Okay, so ringing like a bell.
Artemis, what
Bell,
were you saying?
banjo.
I was just asking out of character to recap what happened last week. So, like, we looked through it. It's another way out to the other side of the water. It's like a shortcut, kind of, if we drug the boat, but it's too late.
Yes, if you went down this way, you'd see that it leads back to the river that you were originally on, just a different side of it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is the end of the cave, so if you guys want to do anything cool here, steal a mask or a dead body or steal some more plants, then, you know.
yeah, exactly. I was thinking that maybe we could have some idea of what's going on with them if I looked at the body.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go try to cut that down. Actually,
You have fun with that. I can't.
Good luck.
All right. So
Thanks.
you go ahead and you fly on up there to, I suppose, inspect the body and cut it down.
Yeah. Nala leaves Alana with Ember, gently putting the baby over in your hands, and then flies up and just tries to cut the sack open and see if it falls down.
All right. Let me just go ahead and put this down just as a visual placeholder. All right, so as you fly on up and you start carving the moss off around it, you get a good amount off before it starts to just snap and gently float down, the moss unable to uphold the weight of this person and their corpse as it gently floats down. And you remember, as it's flowing down, you do see that there's something protruding from its mid chest, like lower chest, upper stomach, like directly in the center.
Weird.
As it is floated down, it just gently lays there on the floor, face down.
Ember's gonna come up and he's gonna poke the body.
All right. It feels cold. The back part of the armor, despite its cold appearance, the back part seems decently maintained, mostly because it was covered. Whereas when it's flipped over and you check the front, you can see the clear patches of rot, rust, and tear from the elements of this moss slowly eating away at it.
Any difference? Do you recognize this mask? Is there something you would know of?
Not really. It doesn't look that familiar. It looks spooky though. Poke it again.
Okay. He pokes it again.
Still a dead body.
It's as dead as it's gonna get. Well, I'm gonna take the mask. He takes the mask off the face.
All right, so you kind of have to get your fingers underneath to try and get off. And as you're pulling, it's a little tough and taut. Just for the hell of it, make a quick strength check. The DC is not that high. It's just with the elements and whatever's behind it, it's a little sticky. I should say.
All right. Heave. What?
Alright. So as you're trying to pull, it's like it's not like it's locked in place onto its face, but it's almost like you can like feel there's something on the other side just holding on to it, either more moss or, disturbingly enough, and hopefully not in your case, just its flesh decomposed and just holding on to it as an almost glue-like substance.
Gross.
All right. With that one, you manage to get a better angle as you pull it up, and you can hear just the snapping and tearing of what you're hoping is just moss as you gently get it off. And as you pull it off, you can see just the head goes up with it a little bit and just slams back onto the ground. Or not really slams, but just falls back onto the cold stone as you can hear the echo of its empty skull just. Looking at it, you do see that it is very much so a decomposed face, no real discerning features. The only thing that seems slightly noticeable is that it has elongated canines like that of an orc. And on the inside of the mask is just very thick, viscous ichor that's been pretty much set down there since it was facing down from the ceiling as its body was decomposing and just pooling into its mask.
Ew.
Okay.
That looks gross.
Yeah. Maybe it can burn away. Gross.
Okay. Now it's down. Oh, you started looking at the body. Did you find it? And that's a face.
It's not a. This isn't a face. This is a mask. That's a face, and he points to the decomposed
The
face.
inside of the mask.
Huh?
The
Oh,
inside of the mask has a face.
yeah. I was gonna burn that off.
Yeah.
Just gonna like scrape it off with a dart for one of my darts for right now. And he starts doing that. You can search it if you want.
You ever like
Yeah.
messed around with silly putty? That's what it's like. It's just
That's
very
disgusting.
thick and just gooey as it just slowly pulls off.
That is gross.
It's like same thing as Tales in Borderlands when you gotta pull the pizza guy off his, the face.
Gross.
Can I make an investigation check to see if there's any clues about the organization of this person? Maybe any recent orders they had? Anything that would have survived the decomposition process?
Make an investigation check.
Cool. That is a 13.
All right. So as you're trying to carefully ruffle through its belongings of this person, you don't find really anything in terms of salvageability. Like it's either the moss has eaten through it or whatever small scraps of paper you have been too worn down and just practically fall apart like mush in your hand. The only real thing that seems of note is that very odd-looking spear that's just impaled into its body. It looks like it's almost unnatural, whereas most spears are either carved wood or have some sort of design to it. This one looks more alien. It looks almost like some otherworldly being created this, as you see small bits of tendrils and hooking claw marks onto the actual spear itself, and small little like pockets of almost barnacle-like beings. And if you even look carefully enough, you can almost see like it has veins upon it. And even the tip of the spear doesn't look like any metal or substance. It just seems to be just one continuous long piece.
So it looks like it's alive then. Does anybody here, Artemis, Ember, do you have any experience with living weapons?
Me?
Yes.
Like either of you?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh.
I think the spear might be alive. Like, I think it might be like an animal, only a spear. Well, yeah, look, it's got veins.
I take the spear, I look at it, and I'm like, okay.
Alright. Go ahead and make a strength check
Touch the spear?
to try and pull it out. You said you're like pulling it out of this guy.
Oh, that I was looking at it. I would pull it out. I'm not gonna pull it out. I'm just gonna look at it.
Oh, you're going to look at it. You said you pulled. All right.
I
Yeah,
thought she had it in her hand and was holding it out or something. I didn't think. Yeah.
Were you holding it, Nala, or were you leaving
I was leaving it
inside
in the body.
this person? Okay.
I guess I'll like pull it out to look at it. Like as I go to pull it out, it's like tough or something. I'm like, oh, it's stuck. I guess I just kind of pull it a little bit because I'm already started. So I guess I'll try to pull it out.
Yep. Go ahead and make a strength.
Whopping 4.
Eh.
That was a save, but I don't think that would have mattered. Yeah, you're trying to pull and tug it out, but it's real in there. It's like it's just locked into the spine and rib cage of this poor soul.
Does it look like the veins on it is like part of it, or just like some decoration stuff?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be one hell of an intimidation factor. Like, carve in veins on your sphere,
Alright.
on your spear, so it looks like a dildo.
Looking at it, it looks like the veins are a part of it, not a carving or addition. It's like that this spear, whatever it came from or whatever it was alive from something at some point.
Yeah. So it's like it's probably a magic weapon, but it's probably not like the spear is alive, but more of whatever it's giving it its magic potentially was alive, right? Like if it was like these are the veins that were added from the veins of a fucking insert random animal, so the spear travels faster or hits harder or gets more precise, right? Something like that.
Quick question: is Spike quiet for anyone else?
I just turned him up. I just turned him up.
Am I quiet? I'm okay.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Oh,
What about now?
Am
I quiet?
Yeah,
you're a lot louder now, yeah.
Now I'm a lot louder?
yeah,
It's good.
nice and better.
Okay, I turned a little thing. Because I have this thing on top of my microphone that gets turned every now and then, but I still don't remember which way to turn it. But yeah, okay. Hold on. Am I lower now? Really low?
Quiet.
Yes.
Okay, loud. Okay, cool. I'll leave it like this
This is
then.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So, I mean, Artemis is like, well, we can like hang out with it and see if one pulls it out. You can hang out and
yeah, I think I will try to take it. It could be neat.
I'm
Nala
not really,
tries to like step on the corpse a little bit and like pull out the spear.
All right.
I'm gonna say she had guidance for that, so that's at least a 10. Yeah, that's a 12.
I don't
So
think guidance
as
works
you're-
on that.
Wait, oh no, that's okay. So I guess that's the 9. I'll pop up guidance.
Skills, right?
Is it just skills?
Check
Ability
also-
check.
Yeah.
So ability check doesn't mean like strength check
No.
or skill check using an ability. It just means like skill check using an ability.
Like either because it's using what was it? An ability check, which is like strength or just pure
Yeah, sure.
intelligence
I
as
don't
well.
know. Yeah, I guess sure. Why not?
Yeah, no, it is.
Like these
You
type
can
of things.
also add funny thing. You can also add guidance to things like initiative rolls because
Initiative.
that is an ability check.
Yeah,
That's
well-
why things
Yeah, but it
like
just
bards.
never comes up very often because you needed to have guidance going before the encounter.
That may
Otherwise, you're
last
just
a minute,
action
yeah.
cheating.
Yeah, but
Well,
also
I mean,
like
unless you say like, "Hey, I'm going to cast guidance every time we're not really doing anything." So when combat actually starts, it's like, "Okay, I use that guidance now."
Yeah, that could be an interesting high alert thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's what my character Toby, did going through the dungeons.
yeah. So when you like, oh, you slip on a trap, like cool, I had guidance going, give me my right thing or something. If
Yeah.
it's not a save, but it's a check or something.
Okay.
Or like when you make a
So-
perception to see or stealth to hide.
So, B, what happens?
All right. So as you're stepping on this person, your weight alone just kind of cracks it through its what thin layer of its body was still remaining as you're standing on its skeletal structure. As you're just lifting with the legs, grabbing both sides of it, as you're just heave, and you can just feel it start to crack, snap, and pull out. And as you just reach the last bit of your strength, it releases out, and you still have a bit of its spine just connected to the spear itself.
Maybe we should have wiggled instead of pulled.
You know, yeah. Hindsight, you know? Yeah, Nala tries to dust it off a little bit and is like, okay, this is probably useless, but it's something for LaFlutter to look at, and I don't know.
Here's a quick question:
Few
does the
hours?
spear look? So this whole body is decomposed, but the spear is not like tarnished in any way, because like magic items don't get like tarnished and stuff like that. So that's a way to tell, like, yep, that's a magic item, kind of from the beginning.
I'll say with that investigation check, there isn't much tarnishing of this thing, but you do see there is somewhat slight decay.
Okay. So yeah, so Armin's like, it's probably a magic item. So if we just like hang out with it for an hour and like meditate with it, we can like figure things out about it. If it's
Oh yeah, I
cursed,
think
don't get that though, because that's hiding. Unless LaFlutter has identify, we're not gonna get that either from them. Kermit, do you have
oh
identify?
yeah, it's Fern that has identify.
That is correct.
You have
Oh.
it. So you do have identify. You wanna see how cursed this stick is?
Alrighty.
Nala walks over, holding the spear sort of awkwardly.
Pointing at him, like stabbing towards him, like here, hold it, grab it,
Just
stab,
like-
stab.
She's got her two fingers and her thumb just like holding it one-handed, the flat towards you, like, am I gonna die?
Like he was pointing a gun at someone, like here, take the gun. It's like, stop pointing the gun at me.
Oh no, if it was a gun, it would be like grabbing it from the center and just like motioning towards it. Like you can take a hold of this. Like it's not pointing at someone; it's just like putting the flat of it towards someone.
Sure.
Like the long of it, I guess.
Your hand Kermit the spear.
Yeah.
Alright. Kermit, if he'll take off his glove, switch his switch one of his hands from the banjo to the foot, from the hand to the foot, while using the other one to use the somatic component. Spend about 11 minutes just doing that. 11 minutes doing that to cast Identify. I'll post the spell again so we can go through the fun list of questions.
Let's see.
Alright,
So is there
Identify.
anything we need to catch Ember up on while you're casting the spell? As you can probably guess, we started moving towards Coconut Cove.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there when we killed the guy that was killing the baby sphinxes? Or have we caught you up on that?
I think I was caught up on that a while ago. Isn't that something you already did?
The last time we went in the hourglass.
Okay, no, I'm just trying to figure out the last time that you went in the hourglass.
It was.
Oh yeah, you wanted to save those people. Yeah, we didn't have time for that.
Yeah, I understand.
You wouldn't know about that. He didn't tell you about that.
No, really? I thought he tried to get.
I did tell everybody.
He complained to Nala and then didn't like what Nala had to say about it. So he was just like, "Okay, is there anyone
What
else that
people?
can help me with this?"
People.
The shopkeepers.
What are we saving them about?
I was just trying to stop them from infighting.
Oh, infighting. Oh, yeah. It was one of those things where we all like where Artemis gave a bunch of point of views about like their fault, healthy competition, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He told us about that.
So you can continue discussing and try and fill in with whatever else you want.
I think the only thing you missed, Ember, was we left the city, we headed here, we went on rapids, and now we're in a weird cave.
Oh yeah, take a good berry.
And with berries. A lot of roleplay stuff. It wasn't really any progression of things.
Good.
Yeah, I made some good berries. Take one.
Yummy. Good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they,
do you
they
want
got
one
high.
for your dragon?
Oh. Well, I'm sure he could eat it if he has teeth. He? She? I don't know.
Do you want me to find out tomorrow? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a little bit weird with babies.
Just
Yeah.
watch him pee, and then you're good.
That doesn't work for every animal.
You asked them. I don't know.
Are you playing banjo while doing that? Current?
Did you even have to ask?
You see the banjo, Roby? I mean, come on.
Kermit's playing the banjo, and he's playing the song "Do You Believe in Magic" while he's casting the spell.
You replace
Alright.
young girl's heart with spear.
Right. I mean, that's how you capture the heart. I mean, ain't that why I got the veins on it?
Hey, what's that noise?
Banjo?
No. Sound like there's a weird thumpy noise.
Heart? I don't know.
There
Hmm.
once was a ship that went to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea.
I don't think it was that.
Wind blew high,
Yeah, probably not. I don't know.
down, blow my billy boy,
I've got this
blow.
GoPro holder that I've been flicking around in my hand. Maybe I hit it against the couch or something. I don't know.
I heard like an actual like thumping. It might have just been like the audio.
Did you kill anyone and bury them under your floorboards?
I do not have floorboards in this room, and I did not kill anybody.
Well, that'd be a shame because probably you didn't kill the guy to hear the banging.
Oh God!
Just them
Oh.
slowly dying somewhere hidden in your walls.
Yeah, the vengeful are coming for you. It's fine.
Hmm.
People like testing fire alarm stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess after Kermit does that and plays the banjo, what does Kermit get?
Was there anything else you want to fill Ember in on?
I don't think we really did anything else special. Did we? Did we do anything else besides them getting like high and seeing visions that Artemis didn't see, so she can't really explain them?
Yeah, so there's some moss over there that LaFleur and I tried eating, and it showed us like some flashbacks of this one person getting jumped down by people that looked like that. Theodore, I think his name was. Thaddeus, yeah. The really pristine elf guy in Mista that is helping us. Well, it turns out he came by here, and then also David came by in that small cove and got patted down and threatened by the people that look like that.
The gist we figured out: if you eat the moss, you get hallucinations of significant events that happened around the moss. We
And
stole
there
some.
were a lot of pretty colors.
Yeah, so we stole some to keep, so we can use my security systems eventually if we need to.
Oh yeah, and did you know that Kermit learned how to remove curses, and that they're planning on doing that with the coin?
Yeah, so we can have a cool bachelor pad.
That would
Also,
be cool.
also just to point out, any of you that have looked at Kermit, you see that his eyes have a bit of a kind of like darker circles around his.
Hold on. Let me
Eyeballs.
try to turn down the. Oh wait, it's not groovy or anything.
There's that thumping again.
Yeah, that's definitely me just like hitting stuff. I'm sorry.
Clicking.
I mean, the clicking is people using mice probably, but
No, it's just like the ambient noise. Is that on Roll20 itself?
Yeah, it's the jukebox.
I have
Oh,
all that off,
okay.
that's
Let me
why.
just turn that down a bit.
Yeah. I have all outside music off.
oh, okay. Coincidences.
He's hating me for that. It's like, you want to hear my music? I'm like, no, I don't care about your music. I'm trying to roleplay here. It helps me get in the mood. I'm like, it doesn't help me. It distracts me.
Yes.
Master music volume. Okay, so. No, move that down.
Mhm. So. Is that all
But
you
yeah,
two
yes, Kermit
agree
drank
on?
the Satan juice, and his eyes are all weird colors.
Mm-hmm.
Devil juice, I don't know.
I mean, it's just a slightly darker orange.
Yeah.
I won't
There's a
question
bit
it.
of a kind of like darker rings around his eyes.
Like a tiefling blushing, or red teeth. Does it really? Do you really count?
Amber, you were saying you have a question?
No, I said I wasn't going to question it.
The exact opposite of the question.
Okay. All right. So, Kermit, as you finish identifying this thing, it is not magical.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hmm.
Wow.
This is.
Over your shoulder. Meh.
Interesting. Now, the veins that are supposed to be on it. Does that look like it was just carved in there?
Hmm.
Oh, it looked like it was part of an animal or something. So I mean, it seems pretty
No.
magical.
Hmm. Can Kermit do either a nature or an arcana check? Like a nature to see if it's from an animal, or an arcana check to see it's from it's just like magical things growing on it. It's like
Not
the webbing.
magical. You probably would have
yeah.
got something. So you might have to do like a nature check. I don't know if it's animal stuff, right?
But if it was made by a spell, you would know with identify.
Yeah. Maybe you need detect magic. I don't know.
I can say you can either make a nature or arcana check. The decision is up to you.
Maybe arcana is not magical.
Well, Kermit is going. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I guess Kermit will spend another 10 minutes, or. Nah, he's not gonna make the party wait that long. Actually, nah. I don't think we're pressed for time. He's gonna ritual cast detect magic rather than roll arcana.
Alright.
I
I
guess
mean, we already
before.
had like 10 minutes of a conversation though, so I'm not sure if as the party we should like start moving if he's starting to do that stuff. Because he was like learning a spell before when we were moving. So
Yeah, like we're gonna say we start walking back or something, and and we walk to the next cave and blah 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 blah. Like ritual casting is
Yeah.
the same as concentration. You can do other stuff as long as it's not strenuous. We
Okay,
can watch
yeah.
we can watch you guys like deal with the raft and set it all up before we get on. We're done here, right?
Alright.
Mhm.
So, which way are you heading? Are you heading back the way you came, or are you exiting out of the...
Back to where we came. We gotta get the
cave.
raft.
Alright. And Kermit, you're just going to be following them, just doing your thing?
Yep. He will sling the banjo out on his back because, well, he needs to hold the spear and he needs to do the somatic component.
Alright. So that's another 10 minutes. Alright, you guys go ahead and you make your way heading back towards the cavern that you have entered. Ember, this would be the first time that you see this place. Let me just go ahead and move you guys there. Do.
It's pretty in here. Oh, I'm not there. I will be in a second. Yep.
That's stuff you eat to get visions.
But Ember, as you do look at it, you do see that these globs of moss are dripping, but you can just see that they're dripping upwards into the ceiling. And you do see the large patch of the moss, and in the far corner over here, there's also a patch of almost dark, old blood.
So if you eat that, it tastes like rock candy.
So it's safe to touch the goo?
It
Yeah.
gets you high and makes you hallucinate. Sure, safe.
Uh,
I mean, there might be long-term effects, like the next day you die, but we don't know that until after Nala and Leaf sleep, I guess.
Well, that doesn't inspire confidence, but yeah.
You know.
Technically, everything you said is true.
Tastes like rock candy, didn't do anything that we know of. Raft's right out here. So, do you want to drag the raft through the cave to the other side, or do you want to just keep going down the rapids? Kind of like a shortcut, we're going to drag the through the cave, the raft through the caves. I don't know. Is it worth?
I mean, well, maybe it would be a shortcut, yeah. I like the idea of doing less work personally.
Ember thing is strong, right? He can drag a raft.
I've done it before-ish.
Oh, not even just that. You've dragged it across a continent before, I'm pretty sure.
Well, this one's a little heavier than that one, but yes.
Okay, cool. I guess we dragged the raft through the cave to the other side.
Actually, I did want to ask, since this is a mine of sorts with a somewhat intact rail, would there be anything like mine carts or mine pallets with wheels to set the boat on?
We find a chest with bread and some diamond armor in it.
It's actually just a watermelon.
If you want to make a investigation check with disadvantage, because you're also trying to concentrate on the detect magic.
Sure. Worst part is we just have Ember carry it, and
I mean,
Ken
there's
is fine with
tracks and
that.
stuff, but I mean, I think if we seen a minecart, we would have very much seen it. It's not like they had any place to hide it.
True, but I'll just follow what the DM wants.
Those tracks are pretty fucked up.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like separate your mind and separate your attention from
It's like his
concentrating on starting
eyes.
the spell and looking at the tracks, trying to see anything. Uh, one thing you notice is like some of the tracks they do lead into a little bit of an off cropping, but it whatever end that leads to seems to be caved in. Just heavy rocks have piled on top of it.
That's where I'm going at.
Hmm. Alright. And Kermit just continues on his way. During that time, like his eyes were just getting much wider. He was having wall eyes. And then after it's like, nope, nothing. Just the right eye just swivels back to focusing on well, focusing on his front.
All right. So I'll say that the walk, by the end of it, you would be able to have finished identifying it.
Oh, magic.
So, or sorry, no, did I mention it? It's very, very faint, but there's some residual decaying magic within this thing. Not anything that has any use or any properties to it, but just seems to have been some sort of extension of what the initial thing was.
Hmm. Okay. Kermit would like to make an Arcana check to see if he can glean any more information. Like, was it a conduit of sorts, or
You can.
can't?
You can.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
16.
All right. Looking at it, you see that it seems to have been at some point a part of another living being of that have magical properties, but this item just seems to be a simple piece that has either been broken off or flung off from whatever creature that caused this.
Hmm.
You even sort of see at the end of it where it would connect at some point for whatever it is, the small breakage of the being itself. And if you look in it, you can kind of see the very small bone ring and the thin vein openings.
Interesting capillaries. This might have been something like quill, but no. Quills don't have capillaries. Or even blood flow. Doesn't look like it uses creatine or Karen. Hmm. He's like just speaking to his mind as he's saying this.
Smart guy does technobabble?
Yeah, smart guy. Smart guy does animal babble because he's not sure.
Babble?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on the river map once again. If you're wanting to drag the raft through to the other end or just take it with you into the cave.
Yeah. Remember says the joke where she keeps on with the Minecraft joke where she makes giant poisonous spiders pop up somewhere and scare someone.
What the hell is a Minecraft?
I mentioned
I
that.
Think it's
She
a
just
book.
creates illusions of giant poisonous spiders. They're green.
Gross.
Okay, so Nala's gonna cast Enhance Ability at 2nd level on Ember, and then try to do what LaFlutter was doing last time personally. So she's expecting Ember to like take the ore and like push it wherever, but you have double the carrying capacity when moving the thing.
Are we over here somewhere?
Well, I thought we were moving the ship through the. Oh, do you mean like
If we went
are we
through
over
here,
here?
should we be like there or something?
Oh, it goes down. So
We
we're
walk
here?
down, right? I mean, I thought we went down. I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out where the exit is. Is-
And going through wouldn't help if we further away.
Make a nature check if you want to try and decipher or get an understanding, like mapping the area that you traveled through in your mind.
I asked last time, is it a shortcut like to get us where we want to go, and you told us yes. So I'm assuming wherever it is, it's a shortcut.
I mean, I just want to know where we are in the map. The strategy didn't change, but I got an 18.
All right. So, knowing that, you kind of get a good mapping in your mind as you realize it would lead you down to over here.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal to drag the cart then, or the yeah.
Okay, so Nala not being in here before is just like, okay, we went down and down here, and there's water over on this side when we come out, so the entrance was up that way. Does that matter to anyone? Yeah, okay.
Just heading out.
Oh, okay. Nala's gonna try to keep everything together like LaFlutter did. Ember, I assume, is taking up the ore,
Yep.
and then Artemis, eyes willing, is still captaining.
Captain Morganing.
Yeah, and then yeah, Kermit's got a Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Are we ready to head out then, B?
Where did? Yeah. If you guys are willing to continue onward, you manage to push off of the little shore that you.
What? She cut out?
Now she's dead.
Oof. Yep. Okay. So when she comes back, we let her know that she cut out after she was narrating us pushing off. Do. So there was this TikTok trend going on about the Muppet Show, but it's the Muppets singing Les Miserables, I believe.
What's that?
There's a grief that's never ending. There's a pain goes on and on.
Nope.
Like, I think Les Miserables is like a play or something, but then they
Really?
put it to the tune of the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I
New? Is it old?
I think it. Well, the Muppet Show I think is both old
Oh,
and
not the
new.
Muppet Show, like the whatever you were talking about.
Oh,
That's,
yeah, no, the play is old.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
at least a
I know
decade,
what the
I'd
Muppet
say.
Show
I
is,
don't know.
yeah.
Oh, far more than that.
Yeah, I don't know about it though. So at least, yeah. Sort of like the Revolutionary War was at least a decade ago, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Hello?
grief that's. Oh, hello. You cut out when you were telling us that we were pushing off.
Yeah, it's about 35
Yeah.
years old now.
As you're pushing
Hmm.
off, and untying yourself from the stone, you continue making your way down the river. Ember and Nala. Strength check for Ember, dexterity for Nala.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
a
and
20
Ember
for
has
Ember,
advantage
and for
for
Nala,
this.
that's a 14. All right. All right. So you managed to dig your oar down into the water to give yourself a good angle. As Nala turns it and catches the wind as you tightly go around that corner,
Sorry, I thought
and
that we were
you start making your
starting from
way
down.
up this waterfall.
Yeah, I thought we were starting from down here.
No, you're starting from here.
I thought
No,
that's
you're
where we
here.
went in.
We went in there.
And then we dragged the boat through the cave that we went through.
Yeah, and then you did you drive the boat in through the cave, or
Yeah.
did you
I
just
thought
go
we did,
straight
yeah.
off?
Well,
Did we
no,
drive
yeah, at the very least, I thought we talked about that, yeah.
Oh,
Like, that's why I was asked. Well, I should have just said, can you move the boat down? But, yeah. It's
yeah.
one of
I
the things I was
was
getting at.
understanding it as you were. Well, I mean, either way, the end result,
it? Didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Same.
Yeah.
You
Okay, cool, yeah.
I was joking. It didn't matter. We didn't get nearly any
you
further.
continue on as you reach the fork here. That is in several different places. I just go ahead and reveal this since Artemis can see far away in the darkness. As you approach here, which way are y'all going?
Artemis is leading.
Yeah, we gotta go left, right? When we get to the next area. I see up is not good, so we came from up, and down is a dead end there, so we keep going.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, she's telling us this. So that's what we're doing.
All right.
Alright. One more strength and dexterity from Nala and Ember. Not in that order. Because I'm Nala 21, Ember 15. Alright. You can pass through with ease. It's much easier as you realize you're going upstream, as it's just simply pulling you, not so much roughly, but with at least enough force to give you a good speed and momentum. As you reach the next point, and you hear when you see the rapids, when you're running down it, it was very rough. Now it looks like when you're going up, it's like it's pulling you up a conveyor belt.
Magic's weird.
Sure thing.
Left or right?
We probably shouldn't jump any ramps, so I guess we keep going, not up.
I believe this is what Spike meant.
Yeah.
Alright. You simply turn it as it's pulling you on up. You don't need to make a check there, but you will need to make a check here to see if you avoid the heavy rock cluster. 15 and 19. All right. You guys are making easy work of this. This is familiar terrain now, as you've managed to easily just swafe your way through the rock clusters. And you continue onward, following the path, as it's smooth sailing for the most part from there on out.
Hey, so like, statistically speaking, would it have been better to have Ember do the thing that required dexterity and Nala have advantage for doing the thing that required strength? Because I think that stat-wise that would have meant like a +2 or something, so he did this suboptimally.
Yeah.
Cool.
Happens.
Yeah. But now, Nala's not carrying the boat when we get out of here, so there's that.
Yeah.
All right. You're reaching the steep waterfall, and Kermit, you get advantage on this because you have the sticky stuff. But everyone else needs to make a either athletics or acrobatics check to see if you manage to remain on the the ship as it's now quickly raising up on a very steep angle.
Oh, if I tie myself to the ship, do I have advantage?
Do you have enough time to tie yourself on the ship?
I did it when I seen it 120 feet away.
You can go ahead and make a sleight of hand check real quick, and then
Sure.
follow that depending on.
20.
All right, you managed to knot yourself firmly in place, although you do have to kind of get away from the front to get a good spot where you can actually loop it around.
I say like, yeah, going up. Get ready.
So now you can also make an acrobatics or athletics check to do that. Kermit, you'll still need to make yours. All right. Surprise?
I was muted.
Oof.
How long have you been muted?
Like, I think 3 minutes.
Okay, so not the whole time.
So you need a check for me too?
Yes, and you had advantage on this since you do have your sticky appendages to stay grappled on.
Okay. No, that's athletics, acrobatics.
All right. Everyone but Nala, you do manage to stay on. Nala, you do kind of tumble out for a moment, but since it's just raising up, you're basically just flopping and flailing as it's just pulling you up the waterfall.
Okay. Now I was gonna try making sure that Alana's not under the water and try to see if she can get off to the side so she can start flying.
All right, make an athletics check.
Okay.
All right, you managed to get yourself on a decent rock as you pull yourself up and start flapping your wings to catch up to the ship. You managed to keep Olana safe as she's just a little wet and she just squeaks at you.
Yep. Nella just like flicks off a few water droplets off her. Catches up.
All right, and now you have successfully made it out of the rapids and are now back at the deep hole. As I assume you do take it to shore, so that way you do not continue going upwards towards the oasis. Correct?
Yeah, we
That
have
was the
to.
plan.
Or are you going to continue riding it as all the way to?
Coconut Cove.
No, I'm saying,
Oh.
are you going to continue? Since it's morning, it'll be going upward to the oasis.
Yeah, quick question. So, if we ride it all the way up to the Oasis, tomorrow, can we ride it all the way back to Coconut Cove in time?
We wouldn't have to wait till tomorrow. You just have to wait until nightfall.
Nighttime, that's what I mean. Like if we just wait around doing nothing, we could have actually went to we could have went to the Oasis, hung out there, got our stuff that people need to get, and then.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And do we have time for that? And is anything actually even there?
Make a. I'll just let you know. The sun is decently up. Well, no, not sun because it's raining.
That's the entire continent? I thought that was just like the Oasis because of the demon shit.
You mean Scare Wings? And no, it seems like after what happened at the tavern, it's a pretty heavy storm that's going over. Amber, this is the first time that you realize that it is very heavily raining outside, very torrent rain.
Oh. Well, this sucks. What's the move now? Find shelter?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you could pull your shirt over your head a little bit.
He looks back to his bare chest.
The shirt I got you.
Oh, I didn't put that on yet.
Yeah, try
Poncho.
using it as a poncho, I guess. I don't know.
Hope this doesn't end up smothering my hair. And he just sort of holds it above his head.
All right. It's keeping it dry, and it is not catching on fire.
Huh. I'll be. Can't really. Well, it'll be fine.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I don't really know about shelter, but we could just stay on the side of the river and try to keep dry. Maybe find a tree.
Y'all need some shelter?
I'm saying, do you guys want to go to Coconut Cove or to Oasis and then Coconut Cove tonight, or stay around and go to the Coconut Cove tonight?
I like the idea of heading to the Oasis, then working down with the river otherwise, but what time is it?
You can't really tell because the heavy rain clouds are blocking the sun.
I'm trying to remember. Does Nala have the
King Mind
Keen
Feet
Mind-
is
So you know what?
Flutter.
Oh, Keen Mind's left Flutter. I thought it was Nala.
Nope.
Okay.
You guys want to try? I mean, worst comes to worst, the river changes halfway and we turn back around and then we go.
That's a good point, yeah.
We do anything else, right?
That is correct.
Make it
Okay.
there before nighttime, we make it there. If not, well.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I guess the only real problem would be whether or not it would take so long to travel that Oasis to Coconut Cove overnight just isn't something we can do in one day.
Oh, we travel down this thing all the time. We travel from wherever to the Oasis. How long does that usually take? From Crystal Cove to Oasis? Is that a day or a night?
Not even, I don't think.
Yeah, so we should be able to easily do it to the other one then.
Yeah, I mean, the map made it look a little bit longer, but it's probably fine, yeah.
Because this has this big circle thing here, which probably takes even longer. This one's a little bit... yeah, I guess it's still kind of weird, but whatever. At the very least, we make it kind of mostly we get off and we drag the raft the rest of the way.
It's like 37 versus... Yeah, it's like 37 versus 55, 56. But still, it's probably fine.
Yeah, so as long as you have like a half a day left when we get there, then we should get there in the day. Even if it's twice as long.
Alright, so what do you guys decide to do?
I guess we'll go to the Oasis. Trying to go to
Alright.
the Oasis.
So you remain on the raft as it's taking you all the way up. You had the better part of about 3 hours to kill. What do you do during this time?
The raft. Miss does her idle animation.
Fish.
Alright, Ember, are you fishing with the command word or are you just fishing in the river?
Command word. It's more fun that way.
All right. So you can go ahead and do that. Nala?
Well, somebody's got to pay attention to the raft. It's probably what she's gonna do. But also, she wants to like put Alana up on like the rudder or something to do the Titanic with her, to see if she like starts doing something weird. Like if you know how if you hold a dog above water, they like paddle. Like if she feels the wind underneath her, if she like flaps a little bit or something. Slightly goofing off with Alana,
So as you
basically.
kind of angle her so she's balanced up by her shell on the rudder itself, you can see her like looking around. Her wings are a bit drooped, and after a bit of moment, she kind of just like starts gently flapping them, like going up and down.
Beautiful.
All right. I need to get my dice and roll for Ember. Do 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 do. Oh, touch my dice.
Do 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 do.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, Ember. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh.
All right. So, as you're fishing, you feel something quickly and very strongly tug down on the line as it almost pulls your arms out of your sockets as you now are trying to fight back against it as you are.
Ah.
You caught something big. You caught something very big and very heavy.
Oh. Ow. Oh, I'm pulling. Pulling.
Right, you all see Ember struggling with this really large thing that he's caught. All right, does anyone
You can do it.
do anything?
Cast guidance.
All right, Ember, you're going to make another strength saving throw.
What does guidance do again?
You get a D4 that you add to it.
Technically speaking, he would still be under the effect of the enhanced ability.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. She doesn't do that because she's concentrating on that.
Oh, so what does...
Enhanced
That's
ability gives
23.
you advantage.
So...
Alright.
23?
So, alright, so you're still clicking, you're still fighting it, but it feels like it's definitely got a lot of fight within this thing as you're struggling just to turn the little spin wheel. And you can see the line or the end of your fishing pole just very strongly just like bend. It's not breaking, but it's like very heavy, just caught. Alright, you're going to make another strength save.
Oh no!
Alright,
According
Oh,
to
no,
the
I didn't
first
get that! No!
You don't have that D4. You only have
Oh.
advantage.
Alright, so you feel it pulling at it and you're starting to click, and after a moment you're a bit stuck, and then it just and it just like takes your arm with it for a moment as it gets a lot of distance away, and you can just feel your forearm just on fire from the sudden rotation that just had to be suffered through. You're going to make one more, and this is the last one. It's going to determine if you catch or do not catch this thing.
Do I have any bullshit that can help me with this? Not really. Alright. Come on! Luck! Oh!
All right. So
Good job.
as you're fighting against this thing, pulling it as hard as you can, you're starting to get a bit more and more distance in it, and you can start to feel and see just the little bit at the end of the line, the slight glow that it has as you're pulling and reeling and clicking, and you can feel just the more ferocity and the intense flailing about of the creature on the other end of this line. What was that?
It was just
1910. Okay.
yeah, like naturally he rolled pretty well.
Thank
Alright.
you.
So you're fighting as hard as you can, pulling and pulling, and you can feel your arms strain as you get one final grip on this thing, and you pull with all your might, and as you swing it down over your head, you see something flying over you, and all of you see this. You see a long, almost streamlined creature with striped leathery hide and a dorsal fin like a killer whale or a dolphin on its back. It has 4 large muscular legs ending in webbed claws, and in his mouth is a deep hook with long fangs that jut from between its rows of sharp teeth. If any one of you wants to make a nature check to see what he had caught, you may.
Well, yeah, but
Nala,
it's a 15.
you see this? It's a sea tiger.
Since I know what it is, can you tell me what it is?
I'll tell you what it is. It's not friendly.
Oh.
As you pull it over, it rushes over, and the sheer weight of this thing slams down in your raft as it just quickly capsizes. As the weight of a sea tiger is close to about 6,000 pounds.
Oh.
How did you get that? What?
This is awful!
As it breaches from the water, it roars out in fury. I need y'all to make an initiative or roll initiative.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Should we just put our tokens down on the main map so we can roll initiative?
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess this combat would
Does-
have movement.
Yeah,
Does Connor
it
know
would-
anything specific about sea tigers with that 24?
Well, one sec. Let me go ahead and just pull up a sea tiger for this real quick.
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
and speaking of, what CR
Here,
can...
this actually is a pretty good spot to
All our initiatives going. You still see
do
it
it
though,
at.
B, but
It's pretty decent. Just ignore the build. Just ignore the actual button there. What?
clear the initiative because we don't see it anymore.
I see a blank one.
It's a blank one. B's gonna see the initiative because
Oh, you don't?
they're a DM.
Right.
No, when you change the map, we don't. If you change the map, players don't see the initiative anymore. To clear it, we have to put it back in. I'll just roll initiative and
Alright.
put what I rolled before.
Are you, that's what you got. Oh, it's a better roll.
Just change your initiative to whatever it was before. You can change your own initiative.
Guess I should. Because he would be here as well.
So, just a quick question, since I'm a druid. Is this larger than is the CR for this creature larger than half?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
It's a shame, but
so
understandable.
I read about snapping
All of you are
turtles.
in the water. And I can go ahead and just add a Leal, who is now soaking wet.
Tiger. It's
Probably.
a tiger, but it's in the water. Sea tiger.
Well, what else would you use?
Tiger shark.
My point exactly.
Tiger shark, right?
All right. Do and place her down, and then I
Okay,
can
that is a
launch it.
Pathfinder snapping turtle that I found for some reason.
Do and do okay. Let me go ahead and get there. That's an 11 for Leo. And for the sea tiger, 13. All right. So
I love how it's on top of Ember and Aleel's just like drowning as he currently is.
all right. So this is a large creature. Okay, so starting us off, Artemis, you have all been capsized into the water.
This is a hippo person right now.
Oh,
Does it
Right.
matter?
So did you do that before or after? you
Before,
fell
that's
into
what I
the
do.
water?
That's I'm my captain outfit as a hippo right now. I think I linked it last time, right? The hippos.
I think I remember this joke, yeah.
Yeah, in case I fell in the water, I'll be a hippo and I wouldn't care.
All right,
Bound to happen. And it happened.
but you don't have the same features of it.
No,
so-
I'm just a hippo person. So
Oh,
I'm
you're a
water.
GIF, right?
GIF, yeah. I put him in, I linked them in there.
Yeah.
Like little military
I was
outfits.
thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hippo, Captain, where's their connection with something
They
that's...
wear like military outfits and stuff like that. It's like a navy military outfit almost. So yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So I just turn around and see that Amber's cuddling with a tiger thing, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Help!
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to. I'm probably not going to cast anything. I don't need to buff us. It's probably not going to take that long. So I'm just going to kill the tiger thing by. I'm going to. I guess Hexblade, curse it, and just throw some. Nah, I'm not going to Hexblade curse. I'm going to save that for special occasions. I'm just going to attack it. So, no. So I'm going to pew. Pew.
Okay.
And pew. I do all that to it.
All right. The first two hit. The 18 does not hit.
18 does not hit. Okay. So that's a whopping 21 damage. That's it. I am going to, I guess, swim out of the water.
All right.
I am
So
going-
as you're swimming and trying to get floated up, you see this thing, and I should have made you roll disadvantage for those since you are trying to also swim, but
Okay, I'll swim, then I'll shoot him. You happy? Right, you're right. We
yes.
should roll disadvantage. Yeah, I swim out, then I shoot him.
All right. So as you throw daggers at it, as it snarls as the impact of it.
What's the disadvantage rolls on that? Missile weapons, right?
All right. Kermit, you are up.
Okay. Kermit is going to bonus... I'm gonna bonus action Blade Song. And then my main action, I am going to grab Aleel and swim both her and myself out of the water.
You're going to
Well-
make athletics checks since you're trying to technically grapple someone and move them out of the way.
Would she just willingly let Kermit grab her? Because it's usually a contested thing.
well-
So it's weird. Like in real life most people panic. So I guess this would mostly be a personality thing.
This is where we're adventures. I mean, most people can't hold their breath for like 12 minutes and jump super high distances and cast magic. We're adventurers. We're a cut above the rest. Yeah, if you're a pussy, then go for it. You can panic if you want, yeah.
Well, Allele is the person that he's doing, so like I think it's a value judgment for B how
B,
Allele reacts.
Yeah, B should control the NPC. It's B's NPC.
Yeah. Like I could see it going either way, yeah.
Adventurers. Screwed, probably.
We're just super cool.
Look at explosions. Actually, doesn't
yeah,
say
you're going to
anything.
make a athletics check.
Okay, so she is freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, once you just suddenly got capsized and there's a giant tiger shark thing there.
4. Okay, what's her roll?
She has. Alright, so it was a 7, but she has a -3 in strength.
So
Okay.
the contested means
So,
set
that's a C,
DC,
so you
so
can
make
Kermit
Yeah.
wins?
No, the other way around.
Really?
Because the aggressor sets the DC.
Yeah, I thought the defender set the DC.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the ones trying to grab, so they have to beat the grab.
Okay.
Yeah. That sucks.
So these rules for water combat are weird. They don't mention spells at all.
But
It was ranged
yeah,
weapon attack. I guess magic doesn't count. I guess magic still works because it's magic, right? It goes to their target and hits them. Magic's like super special.
but I guess that's it for Kermit right now.
Another ridiculous advantage for magic.
Alright, and without grappling them, do you still swim out, or
Nope.
do you remain in the water with her?
Kermit is probably better in the water than he is on land.
Alright,
Against a sea tiger.
alright, and that will bring us to Nala.
Mm-hmm. So, can I fly straight out of the water?
You had to make an athletics check to do that since your wings are technically waterlogged and fighting against, the actual water.
Their wings
Okay.
aren't like bird wings, right? They're like bat wings or dragon wings.
I think they're like that, yeah. But
They
I
are-
don't
They
really
are dragon
see.
wings.
I don't really
Have you
see
tried-
birds or bats
Have you-
or dragons go straight from the water to the sky, though.
Yeah.
Birds do.
Have you tried moving your hand underwater and you feel the resistance? That's essentially what Nala's trying to do, and do it fast enough to.
Yeah. I would
Yeah, it's the
assume
same
that how
principle
far
behind
under. I would think how far underwater are they, and then they have half movement to fly, like to swim up, because they have a half movement underwater, and then once they get to the top of the water, then they can fly the rest.
Well,
Yeah.
the water.
Oh yeah,
it's-
so I wanted, like, if possible, I wanted to give myself like double difficult terrain because I just wanted to move diagonally 5 feet over here, like up and over.
If you don't have a swim speed, then you just move at half movement in water.
Really?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's half. Yeah, half
Okay.
movement.
Then I could move 10 feet. So I'm, if I can do that, then I'm 5 feet up in this square.
Alright. So you are now 5 feet in that square.
Yeah. And then that's within melee range, and well, Nala's definitely going to use symbiotic entity. It's been a while since I've done that. It's how many temp?
The thing is, I don't know if
20
you slept since the last time you did it. Still.
The last
mentioned
combat we
sleeping.
had. The last combat we had was on the island still, I thought.
I thought we did it on the island, and we did it. We fought the cultist, and we fought the ball spawn. I don't remember sleeping at any time between any of those
You
fights.
slept on the island.
We slept on the island.
the
Yeah, okay,
island.
yeah, good. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We had to wait till the next day to get off. Yeah, we couldn't
Now, I
save.
didn't recover hit points,
Yeah.
but yeah. Which is why I'm prioritizing giving myself temporary hit
I
points.
remember
but,
making a castle because y'all were sleeping.
Yeah. Then Null is going to try scratching it. Does a 12 hit?
No.
18 doesn't
Okay.
hit.
Yep. You never know. Acid damage might have a lower AC for some reason. It shouldn't, but yeah.
Doesn't exist in D&D.
Nothing.
Good. That would be cool.
It's
That
been a
would be
while
a
since
cool.
I've done. It's been a while since I've done Chrono Reverse, so I'm gonna re-roll it.
Okay.
Is it on this list? Yeah, it is on this list. Okay.
Slightly
Yeah,
better.
nothing happens.
Still doesn't hit.
Yep. End of my turn.
All right. So.
Oh, reaction.
Reaction, right. So Sea
Mhm.
Tiger needs to make a what again?
DC 16 con save.
All right. So that's a natural 2 with a +4, so that does not succeed.
Okay.
It was like that's
5
a natural
necrotic
2 with a
damage.
+20. It's like it succeeds. Like damn, we should run.
Haha. Bye, Ember.
No!
Ah!
Ember's worst nightmare. He's in the water facing against something that's born in the water.
Oh crap.
Help!
Do we need to get the old token back again?
Oh.
Probably.
Recording and stuff.
Which is going to be a nightmare for me because I know how to fucking do that shit.
And multi-sided token, so Ember can be wet when he feels like it.
This calls for an Oreo.
So it takes 5 damage. All right. You see the spores just stick to its leathery skin as it's snarling and looking for a reason as to why it's not in its home, and it's now very angry. And it sees that there is just man right there, just chilling out. He seems pretty biteable. As the sea tiger is going to go ahead and attempt to bite Ember. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, you pinned the previous image of him in. Okay, all right. He's gonna bite.
Bad crits. I know it's going to crit. And I like B. Don't say it. Don't say I'm sorry. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna say sorry.
Why?
Suck it.
All right. So, they bite onto you for
Oh my
20
god!
damage.
Wait, Ember, what's your
And-
AC?
It's 21!
Yeah, I mean, it has a good chance of hitting you. On average, it rolls a 19, so I mean...
And
What the
since
fuck?
it's now biting onto you, you are now considered grappled, and then it's going to
What?
take its movement to drag you underwater with it.
Oh, come on!
The alligator thing where it spins in a circle and breaks his neck.
And it's going to go ahead and go back here.
Hi, Ember.
Does I don't know if you have a better use for your reaction, but does Surprise get an attack of opportunity?
Technically, Surprise can.
Doesn't do it with disadvantage because he has a swim speed.
To be fair, you're a
Speed,
Gish,
can-
so you probably have better things to do with your reaction. I just don't know.
Ish.
I
okay.
guess.
We talked about this
And-
like a week or two ago. Gish is the magic fighter archetype. Like Blade
Magic?
Stingers are Gishes. Or was I talking with Murderous about this?
I
But
remember
you were
here.
there,
I think
Spike.
I think I said like Gish is a race.
It's
Uh,
warrior mages
So-
of the Gith, but that's like an
that
entire
blue token
archetype.
is going to that blue token is going to represent being underwater.
Just being fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing Kermit can do is try to stab it with the dagger. I was trying to go all Crocodile Dundee on the thing.
It's a knife. And then, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
so...
Wouldn't have advantage because knives are one of the things you can stab with underwater apparently without getting disadvantage.
Yeah, so let's see if he goes after it.
Good job.
And I have to roll the sneak damage since he is an ally. And can I make a con save of DC 12?
Sure, I just added the
25.
stats onto the. Let's add the stats onto that, so I can do that.
This gently pokes it with the dagger, and then as it swims away, just rips into it and cuts it. His own strength.
That is a 9.
Takes another 3 poison damage, so a total of 28.
28 damage. All right. So as it's swimming away with Ember in its mouth, you do manage to dig your dagger into it, and you do see the crimson just spraying out as it's making the water run red. It is now Leo's turn.
Very access, but why does your dagger do 2d6 crit?
2d6?
Sneak attack.
2d4, my bad, 2d4.
Oh, it's because of the Piercer ability.
I remember you having something, yeah.
Yeah.
So
down
Leo
or
is going
something.
to swim up onto water, or swim onto the surface, coughing up a bit of water during the process. And she is going to start off with the bonus action. She is going to quickly start playing her violin. As Ember, you can faintly hear it in the water. You now have a bardic inspiration. So you get a d8 to whichever roll that you want.
High level bard. Higher level than us, I think.
And she is then going to.
There's 5 level bard then.
She is slightly panicking due to the situation.
Maybe I can see the future. Maybe those images that I was making of Ember drowned under the water. Armor's like, everyone look out for cave spiders.
Alright, and she is going to attempt to use animal friendship.
Animal or a monstrosity?
Oh, that fell off the table. That fails. The sea tiger does not heed the words of Leo trying to plead it to release Ember. Speaking of, Ember, you are bit. You are drowning. You have a very angry tiger shark, or shark sea tiger, whatever, just chumped down upon you underwater.
He has a way to be angry.
Fuck RNG.
You are drowning, but you can hold your breath.
Transposition. Mirror battle axe transposition.
Go ahead and put that on.
You put that on.
Click it. So show. I need to.
I can't. It's in the.
All right. Let me see that. Transition.
Part of it.
To R. So yeah, you use it as that is your bonus action, correct? Yep.
I would be able to get there.
No, you'd be able to get up to the surface of the water at least because this thing is dragging you down to the bottom of this river, which is exactly 15 feet.
I'll use 2 then.
You only have one bonus action.
I can expend up to 3 charges.
We went
Oh,
over
that
this.
is.
It was better
Oh,
than
okay.
Misty
Yeah, that's
Step.
30. That's 30. Then, yeah. So you can. So you teleport out of its mouth, and
How
you're now
far can I get
coughing,
away?
spurting up water as you have very clear bite marks in your right pectoral. Your hair, your hair is very low, but it hasn't lost its full flame, so you're not bald yet.
Oh, Jesus. I look in my bag to see how the dragon's doing.
The dragon is coughing, spurting up water.
Oh, poor baby. He is gonna heal himself with healing hands.
All right. And that is your turn.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll the heal itself.
I thought his healing was a set pool.
I thought it was a roll. Am I incorrect on this?
Love Flutters is a roll, I thought.
A roll with a set pull. His is a set. His is like a paladin's ability, right?
Yeah.
Hands.
Yes, okay. All right. All right, so it is now Steph's turn.
Okay. Steph is going to try. He's going to try to fly out of the water.
All right, make an athletics check for Steph to see if they manage to flap their wings strong enough to get out of the water.
Yeah, probably not.
No, sadly, Steph is struggling to get their wings moving as they're waterlogged.
Feels kind of weird. I mean, I've seen like ducks and geese and all kind of stuff like go underwater, come up and just fly the fuck away with no problem.
So, ducks and
Right.
geese are waterproof. Am I muted?
You know,
No, you're
I'm not
not.
muted.
they're waterproof.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
waterfowl.
Have you ever heard the term "water off a duck's back"? They
Yeah,
pretty much have
but
like,
they have feathers and stuff like that. But I mean, I've seen
they
like
like
birds
they have
do
like
it too.
hydroplane. They have like hydroplane wings.
Yeah. So what B is talking about with waterlogged is that there's so much drag going on that the wings can't operate well enough.
Yeah, if a pigeon were to dive into the water, they would have a tough time getting out compared
bird
to something
bats
like
are
a
good
duck or a
enough.
goose.
Well, so it's just not deep enough, and also they sort of like take a little bit of water and like put it on themselves.
Yeah.
Like they could paddle, I'm sure. They just suck at it.
Yeah, but I don't see how like a dragon's wings affect it anyway.
So all wings work under the
Nope.
prospect of they have a rigid part and they have a membrane. The membrane catches drag, and when you're in water, you have more drag, so they can't move as effectively. So you can't
Whereas,
like actually move up.
Yeah, like if there
Whereas-
was like a thing like this counts as being prone, but for like wings, right? If you like, okay, you take half your movement to flap your wings to get them out, and then you fly half the rest of the way, right? Like, not just like you're fucked until you make a good enough roll. The
here's
Steph can never swim
he-
out, right? If they really suck at this,
Well, Steph can technically swim out, but they can't fly out.
I mean, they're not able to fly out.
Here's what you need to keep in mind. If you have your fingers closed together and move underwater, it's going to be harder. If they're open, it's easier. The open fingers is like that for feathers. Whereas for dragon wings, it's a solid piece.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's a little bit harder for them to get their wings, but I mean, like making a roll until you succeed is kind of weird in this situation. Like I said, like they being prone and using half your movement to fix your wings before you fly away seems better option. But that's just me, my opinion. Yeah, we can just hope that eventually Steph can fly away, or she has to swim out. But I'm sure they can swim out, right? I mean, isn't it? Or not actually, movement speed's really slow, right?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll try to make a distraction while you guys get out of the water.
So, Current, what do you do? Or what does Steph do, I should say?
I
After
guess since
getting
it
down to fly out.
can't fly out, so it'll just try to swim to shore.
All right. That.
Okay, that should be its full movement half.
All right.
As it's just
All right.
it's coughing up
It
coughed up a shrimp.
All right. Artemis, you're up.
Actually, I don't need to make a distraction. You guys are before it, so I can just shoot it then. So, pew pew pew.
Le Pieux.
I do not see any of these pews.
First is
And
an
making
11.
them.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
That's also a miss.
I need to move a little closer first. It's a miss. Doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay, I'm dead.
So,
I'm gonna move away something.
It seems too deep underwater where when you're like flinging your daggers and everything at it, the water just is catching and just resisting against it. Kermit, you're up.
Kermit is going to coalesce his No, that doesn't make sense. Oh well. Kermit is going to coalesce something that looks like a t-shirt cannon, aiming right at the sucker. Wait a minute, it's underwater. Never mind. I mean, it's not water soluble, but I feel like it's going to be some shenanigans.
What are you using? Is it magic?
Yeah, web.
You're fine.
I just realized something. Need to check.
According to the rules, magic has not been affected by water in any kind of way, shape, or form.
Sweet. If that is the case, Kermit will coalesce this t-shirt cannon and it'll shoot out this myriad of webs. And I'll draw the shape.
One moment, I just realized something. Ember, didn't you buy bracers?
The Abalon?
Yes. Did you
Yeah.
not add its feature to it?
What feature?
Resistance to piercing damage. So you have taken
It's
half of the-
bludgeoning.
It's
Oh,
bludgeoning. You're talking about the
Yes.
Go Rider.
I'm talking about the Grider. I am sorry. Sorry for getting your hopes up.
And the other thing about
Alright,
spells is as long as you're not doing a fire spell.
Alright, so web.
Right. So Kermit does that. And he will 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll get up out of the water over here.
I guess he's connected to the sides of the river.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if here is on.
Well, it says 2 solid masses, so there are 2 solid masses within the range you designated, so it works.
Yeah, that's what I saw before. It's like the river's no more than 15
Right.
feet apart, so the web would work.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Spike. B, does sand fuck with web?
Sand, a solid mass, or dirt, or river dirt. Maybe it's like hard dirt, right? They're like solidified in some kind of way.
I mean,
I'm
it's also
looking-
taking
I'm
into
looking into
account like
this.
the roots of the
Roots, rocks, anything else in there? You
yeah, like
target
the
things.
trees are right next to it and such.
I'm looking into this.
It's up to you, like where the thing is. Is there like rocks and roots and things from the target? I'll just say yeah, just because like why not, right? Everyone wants to do something cool instead of shooting them with spells. Let them do something cool.
All right, so I'll say that with the cannon that you shot out the web from, it attaches to the sides of the river, and pretty much the large blanket it gave, it's almost making a bit of a net of sorts as it's slowly sinking down around the sea tiger. It's not quite in its vicinity, but by the time the sea tiger's turn will go, they have sunk low enough to where it would be technically within the web. Basically, just kind of cast a net.
Okay. If this is flavor text, sure. And
Well, because it's very odd at casting web in water. So I'm just kind of.
I mean, range attacks have disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, including a spear, trident, or dart. So a
yeah,
net makes
this is
sense.
just a spell.
That's what I'm saying.
and-
Like, if B's trying to make some fictional thing, like a net actually works either way.
I'm saying it just needs to make Mo to sink down to it.
Okay.
Because webs technically don't have a lot of weight or buoyancy, so it's just slowly flowing down. Nala, your turn.
Yeah. I can move 20 feet. So Nala moves here. She's above the web. She's gonna try slashing again.
You cannot because this thing is 15 feet
Underwater.
underwater.
15 feet
Oh, it's underwater?
And you're
Oh,
Yeah.
far away
Yes,
from it.
it pulled Ember down.
Sorry. Do you think you could put like a marker on the blue thing?
I. Uh,
Number 15.
Like a
one to
number.
five.
so how do I do that again? It's shift.
No,
it's
you just
shift.
mouse over the color circle and you press the number you want to put it there. It's only gonna be
Yeah.
one number.
Yeah,
I'll
so you
just-
have to do a second one. But
I'll
it's
just do
15.
3 and be like each one's at 5 feet square.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
That works fine, yeah.
There you go. That works. Yeah. So
Okay.
3 was technically 15. So there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Since I can't hit with Primal Savagery, Nala's gonna try to hit with Chill Touch.
19 hits.
I don't need to be
Cool.
next to it when you do that.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's what
fine,
it does.
Yeah, you have Chill Touch.
You didn't click
It's
the
a
damage.
joke.
You click the card, not the damage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 6 damage.
Alright.
In my old game, a player kept clicking the card for Eldritch Blast, and it was just a joke. So that's what it does, like every session.
So it's now this
Oh.
player's turn.
You were doing yesterday with Ice Knife.
It needs to make a
Deck save.
deck save to avoid being restrained, and if it does, it needs to make a strength save afterwards, or on the same
Strength
turn,
check.
or strength check. Deck save coming up.
Fails.
Fails. All right. So as it's trying to swim up and get at you, Nala, it's caught up in the webs as its paws are fighting against it as it roars out in anger. And you can see the bubbles, or not really so much bubbles, but just the vibrations of the water as it roars out. Can it make a strength save or a strength check now as an action? Yes, because it technically has that as action.
Yeah, the deck save was on its movement, so the strength save is its action.
Strength check.
Sorry,
Wait.
yeah.
And by the way, before you roll,
No,
you-
it's when it starts its turn. So it's not when it's moved. It's when it's on start of its turn.
Either when it starts its turn or moves into it. I thought that
Okay.
since it was at the surface of the water, it moved into it this turn.
No, I said it slowly sunk down. So by the time it got to its turn, it would have been right at it.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
anyways, before
20.
I was gonna say before you rolled, I was asking Spike with that hex thing. Were you doing?
I have Hex yet. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask if he do it every turn, because I would have hexed him next turn then. Or Hex.
Okay.
Alright,
I'm gonna bless if anything, so I'll hex if
alright.
if it's
It's-
still in it.
It's fine. Karma wasted its action at least. And it's
But it can
technically
still
slow
move, correct?
at half speed because it is difficult terrain.
Alright, so that's
Wait,
half
I-
of its movement speed,
Oh, yeah.
and its swim speed is...
But
Alright.
it's a sheet, so it'd only be the first thing that costs an extra 5 feet.
So it'd
It's
go
whatever it's in.
1.
Yeah, see, the thing
Yeah.
was, I thought I was like, oh, I'm next, and then Kermit and Null is next, and y'all just swim out the water, so it can't even hurt us either way. So I was like, there's no point of even affecting it. But then, kind of stayed on the shore, and Null
Full movement.
didn't. Like, oh, I
It's
could have
still
made an illusion.
underwater. And that is its turn. Leo is going to look at her spells and see what she can do to help.
I did want to ask, are because of that 24 nature check earlier, I'm not sure if you told me anything, but are sea tigers land able?
Like, do we have actually
Yes,
legs?
they are able to move on land.
They have legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Does
Do they
Kermit
have webbed
understand?
feet?
Yes.
Does Kermit understand how well they move?
Not super well, but enough to where if they're on land, you should definitely at least run.
Do they have little corgi legs?
No, there's not used to
Wait.
walking on water. Or walking on.
Okay, so in South America, you know how there's that weird looking alligator thing? It's like a caiman or whatever?
That's what I'm talking about.
There's a jungle cat that hunts those. It's like a puma or something. Like, there's actually just
So-
normal ass cats that do this. But this
gonna
one's
assume it's
designed
like-
for at sea.
I'm gonna assume it's like the
Alright.
tiger's a capybara or something. Beaver.
I'm
Well, that's
gonna
a
say
rodent.
the hail of spores won't work because it's technically underwater, so the spores cannot go down underwater.
Oh,
Unless
is
I'm-
it still 15 feet underneath? Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a range of 10, so that wouldn't work, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I was
Aaliyah-
assuming that it changed elevation because it was like gunning for Kermit, though.
No, it's just swimming straight out first.
That's fair, yeah. Okay.
Allele is going to Ember, you're healed. Everyone else is still at full health. Allele is going to attempt one more time to cast Animal Friendship. That is a fail.
Stop!
Animal, does it have disadvantage because of if we're fighting it? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Animal friendship?
because I'm pretty sure if you're fighting it,
Friends, right? But I don't know if animal friendship is that.
The spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range and must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration. If your companions harms the target, the spell ends. So as long as no
Okay.
one hits it right now, it's under the effect. So
Charm
she's-
doesn't mean anything. Charm doesn't mean it loves us and it's our friend now.
yeah,
Oh yeah, doesn't it mean like disadvantage on
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
rolls or something?
It just means that it has disadvantage on attacking Allele, and she has advantage on all charisma checks against. That's all Charm does. Still gonna want to murder us for attacking it and stuff.
Yeah, but it uses wisdom checks to convince it to do stuff because that's animal handling.
I mean,
If you're,
Animal
like, to
Handling doesn't let you charm a
soothe.
beast either.
No,
The
I was
charm
saying
has
like
advantage
if you're
from-
trying to 1-2 into calm and then like handle an encounter with a beast, you'd want to ideally cast animal friendship and then use that to get a benefit to calm them down. But it's a wisdom check, so it seems like there's a natural dis-synergy to a bard having this.
Bard doesn't have to have it. I mean, most things are.
Well, yeah.
Kind of a mess.
well,
I mean, you can-
regardless, it's charmed, and the turn has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with this creature.
if it wants to make a charisma based like handling to shoot away.
And the way she is doing that, she's currently playing a musical tone on her violin as you see the strings somewhat light up.
She explained this to us, or are we still gonna murder it while and fuck it up?
She doesn't speak, right?
She does speak, but just very softly as she says, "It's charmed. Please don't attack it. I'm going to try and lead it away." But yeah, she continues to play the music as she is going to now attempt to persuade it to leave.
It's an action.
Oh, that is correct. It is an action. Alright. Alright. So now that she has conveyed this to you all, it is now Ember's turn.
I feel like I've heard that song before.
This is like, what do the tigers like to eat the most?
I don't know.
Anyone?
Would Kermit know?
Meat?
Kermit, you know that it is definitely a carnivore.
What, like, its natural
but
prey
does
is the
it
tuna.
favor... I feel like with a 24, he would have read something about it in class or observed it.
It doesn't
the
really care so much as
aquarium.
to what it eats. It just eats meat of any variety.
Okay.
This is gonna minor or greater illusion a school of meat, swimming the opposite way we need to go. Her turn.
Yes, a school of honey roasted hams.
I was like,
going
I mean, if I
upriver.
don't know, yeah, it's just like meat. Like, okay, here's meat, a bunch of meat.
No, I know I can't. Okay, yeah, just sorry.
You know how Bole's favorite food are halflings?
Ember, it's your turn.
I'm gonna ready a dart just in case it has any funny ideas, and that's about it.
Alright. Steph?
Steph is going to. It wants to shake off the water of its wings so it can fly over. Would that take an action to do?
I'll say bonus action to just like get yourself adjusted and then you can fly.
Okay, Steph does that. And flies over and behind.
We're heading this way, right?
Yeah.
I guess he.
Also, for
flies.
context, your raft is completely underwater.
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Underwater.
But it's like underwater, like right
but-
here. Or just like, did it go downstream? Did it go back? Where are we at?
It's underwater right here, like it's on the ground.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I guess Steph will stay there and use the help action for Kermit. Yeah, I guess that's all he'll do.
Alright. Artemis.
Yeah, I create a bunch of meat in the water down there.
Alright.
Not do that?
That's your turn.
15 feet of meat.
Alright. Kermit, your turn.
Kermit's gonna hold an action for Oz. If the tiger decides to take an aggressive action towards anybody, he's gonna have to deal with a face full of lead.
It's far away, so just in case if Kermit gets rid of the web, so it can, yeah, probably drop the web too, so I can swim away from us.
Do you convey to Kermit to drop the webs?
I'm gonna say it now, like drop the web so she can lure it away.
Okay.
The meat.
She would have also told you to try and back away from it so she can try and talk to this thing.
Yeah, so you're not a bigger food
Kermit.
So you're not the target.
Right. The issue is this is what he's trying to protect. So, him being the bodyguard / escort for this mission and
Well, I
letting
mean-
a dangerous animal come in front is...
Kermit can probably figure out probably she charmed it, right? So I mean, she's probably safe, but you're
I
not.
did tell you.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. So yeah, Kermit will step back at least a bit.
All right. Also, Ember, would you want to be there too, or would you also step back?
Ember would be there too.
You would stay next to Allele?
Yeah, to help out.
I mean, they're trying to say you standing there is not helping; it's hurting.
Oh, alright, I misunderstood. Then no.
Because if she's not going to get attacked, it'll attack any other creature around it.
She's trying to say everyone move out of the way so she can lure it away.
Yeah. I forgot that she said that she charmed it.
Yeah, you can pick up
like,
Steph and like walk back some more, right? Because I mean, she's a small creature, and like Ember could have walked back. So like y'all could have been like back here somewhere with holding actions to shoot it if it does do anything. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Also, technically speaking, this building is not
I figured it's not
here.
there.
This was just. Let me just go down there. All right.
Okay.
So Ember, would you want to stay there still, or would you stay back at your?
He would
original
go
spot?
back.
And I'll tell Nala to get out of the water and move out of the way. Tiger's gonna have
Nala?
to meet.
Yeah. So Nala gets out of the, like, flies. Am I muted? Yeah, no, I'm not muted. So like 10 feet, and then the way that different movement speeds go, I have 20 feet of movement left, so Nala just like goes over here,
All right.
and
And
she's
that's your
not
turn?
flying anymore. Yeah, that's her turn. Well, actually, I'm gonna
Alright.
do a held action for if the tiger attacks anybody. Gonna cast the cantrip, chill touch on it. If with the
Alright.
reaction and all that.
So it's now its turn. It's going
Actually
to fly up to
casted,
the surface, which is
You can hold the
feet.
action too if it comes at anyone aggressively. You can cast Chill Touch, so then it gets hit, loses movement speed.
It's going to attempt to go up here, but since its movement on land is very low, it can't get to you completely to attack you.
Oh, the meat.
Now, Allele is going to attempt to persuade this sea tiger to leave you all alone and
The meat.
head back to the ocean.
From the meat.
An 18 plus 5. I'm just going to attempt to... Nope. Alright. You watch as she continues to play its music, as this freshly tiger seems to have a bit of a pink flare in its eyes as it starts to slowly crawl back to the water and swim away.
Does it go after the meat?
Nope. It just
Okay.
Did it
flew
like
away.
pass through the meat comically?
It's 2 strikes
Yeah.
for illusion. I'm gonna swap that out because B doesn't care about it.
I mean, illusion is good for when there's something that's either not. Actually, no, it worked beforehand for the Go Riders.
Doesn't really do anything. It sat there.
I mean, they were trying to go for it, but then they were blocked. Or
I could have
they were
swapped. I could
blocking.
I could have had repelling blast, and every time I hit that tiger, I could have knocked it 10 feet back. But you know that would have been a lot better here.
But yeah, you managed to fight back the sea tiger as she finishes her song, and she sets her violin down beside her sides and puts it. Is everyone okay?
Look at the
Good job.
breaks underwater.
I would rather kill that thing, but
Apparently, it could be reasoned with.
Where's the raft?
The water, like I just said.
Oh.
Artemis, are you able to draw things?
it wouldn't really matter because it's also raining.
Kermit just hands over the banjo. Would you mind?
I guess I clean it and then it just gets wet again.
I mean, there's a difference between being absolutely submerged in raw water and having some rain on it.
Yeah, sure. Thaumaturgy do anything? Not really, right?
Ember's fire is pretty damp, but he's not bald.
Hmm.
It's decently short, and if it stays in water for too long, it will. Well,
Kermit, do you want to help me try to get the raft back up? We can try to drag it up the bank, I guess.
Right. Kermit will get out some rope and tie it around the tree.
all right. I guess I have hand check
Okay.
to see how well you do the. All right.
Okay.
Make a pretty good knot made as it's not going anywhere.
Puns.
Okay, Kermit is
But,
going to put his banjo to the side. Well, in his bag to the side. Go in the
Yeah.
water
Nala puts her bag down and
and
goes down.
tie.
Can Nala tie this knot actually, and can you help her? But she's going down.
Kermit
I
was in the middle
mean,
of saying
Kermit can
something.
breathe underwater, so
I mean, she's trying to help.
okay, yeah. If you want to help him with it, sure.
Okay, yeah. Would I have disadvantage with this? So if I have disadvantage with it, should I just help Kermit, or
You would have had disadvantage, but with Kermit's help, you get regular.
yeah? Then Nala's just helping Kermit.
All right. All right. Great,
Okay,
man.
secures that.
Get around the. Manage to get around the main part of the raft as you loop it around and give it a nice hangman's knot to not go anywhere and tighten when it's being pulled on.
Okay.
Then once it's done, Nala goes back up for breath. Goes back. Okay. Now I take it we're just needing to drag it up, right?
That is the point.
Great.
All right.
Ember, can you help me over here?
Yeah, I'll help. Alright. I got you.
Okay. Nala helps Ember drag the boat up.
All right. Either both of you can make a strength check, or one of you can make with advantage.
Who's got the higher strength?
You do by one.
Kermit's going to pull as well, but he's not. But he's going to do his own roll if that helps.
Yeah.
No, it will just lower the DC.
Yeah, that's what I
Which
mean.
is
He's not
good.
giving the help action. He's just
You said strength?
he's just participating.
I know you're not helping. You would already have advantage with not helping. I'm just saying that with your
Yeah.
help, it's just lowering the DC. And
Okay.
yes, it's
Jumps.
That's a 16.
All right. So it takes a little bit because the water is weighing it down as you're trying to slogging it up, pulling. You get a little bit of rope burn every once in a while, but after some strenuous work and some, I'm guessing, cheerleading by Artemis, you manage to get the raft to reach out of the water a bit. And as you pull a bit more, you get it out, and you're starting to pull it onto the shore as it's going to take a little bit for you to, bail the water out.
Artemis gives him guidance just in case. He uses her god powers to give him guidance.
You guys wouldn't need it because you managed to already get it out.
Hell yeah.
But it's now on the shore. It's still heavily water filled, but it's at least now out from underwater.
how long would it take to be usable again?
All you would really need to do is get all the water in it out so that we can continue sailing. Because while the rain was slowly filling it up, every once in a while, just one of you just needed to bucket it and throw it over the edge. Now it's just at this point completely filled, so you just really need to tip it over its side and just let all the water out. So it's just going to take at least a minute or two.
Okay. So I guess we do that, unless anyone else has any other ideas.
Fine. You swimming?
No, that sounds fine. Yeah.
Good. What's wrong?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Let me just go ahead. Check one last thing on the list of spells she has. All right. Yep. You managed to tip it over to its edge as it's emptying out all the water that was filled up on it. It takes about a minute. And at the end, you do need to scoop out the rest of it to get fully emptied. But you managed to get the raft buoyant.
Neat. Right. Kermit just hops in on the boat and waits for everyone else to join in.
All right. Leal offers your hand as she steps back in and sits back down. Still a fair bit wet, but she's not commenting or making any remarks about it or complaining. She just remains quiet.
Nala rushes over and like dusts a little bit of sand off of Lana and then runs back.
So you manage to continue making your way down the river after that little hiccup. And I'll say you, over time, do make it to the oasis. Not a lot of people out. All of the shops have been closed as they are outdoors, and everyone has seemed to have taken into home for shelter for the night.
Night.
Or rather, just
Evening.
safety and being warm.
Okay, so Artemis
Good
is like,
evening.
okay, quickly, go get your stuff, because the water's probably going to change, we have to go.
Yeah. Gotta go to Bren. Wait, didn't you have something to get? Or am I mistaken?
Not really. Can't get it to they're not even done with it. Unless they beat us there. I can always check to see if it's here. Maybe they did. Maybe they completed it.
You beach the.
Maybe they were able to make the pocket within the day, and while we were adventuring, doing shenanigans in the caves, they were able to get it here. Who knows?
Magic is crazy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alrighty. So you make your way over to Bren, as all of you wet, upset, a few of you a bit sore, and reasonably upset about the sudden attack that you had to deal with, but you do make it to Bren's as its doors and warmth emitting from its windows are very welcoming.
What a day.
And it's not even over.
I know. Hey, Bren.
Friends! Oh my goodness, you look like a dirt-island rat.
Yes, something like that. How's it going?
Not too bad. Business is fairly well. Everyone has taken inside for warmth. Speaking of, he snaps his fingers, and you see that next to you is the stepbrother as he looks over and as he sighs, he waves his hand, and individually, one by one, you feel warm air blow towards you as you're all dried off.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And he sighs as he gets back to his book. So, what brings you? Oh, I almost forgot. And he goes over and reaches underneath his table as he pulls up a fairly nice-looking box that's made out of a decent wood, and it's not so much a crate, but it's almost like a delivery package. Some man came over, offered this to me, said it was for you, Ember.
Yes, I ordered something recently. Did you get anything for my friend Artemis?
No, I have not. Sorry.
So,
Only this thing. Well, you haven't opened it. As he points over to it, you do see that kind of has a bit of a twine binding around it to keep it closed.
It should be like a coat or something.
Well,
But yes, this is for you.
thank you. And he takes it and he gives it a good look over.
All right. So as you open it, you do see that it is a decent, almost regal-looking set of robes. The color palette is a dark gray with some golden inlay finishes. Actually, you know what? I can just go ahead and how do I show this to players? It's Shift Z, or is it Alt
Where is
Z?
it? Where is it?
Is it a handout?
There's a handout. Should say at the top of the handout, show the players.
Then voila.
You can't see it normally. There's gonna ask like show it to all players or something like that because you probably don't have it set for us to see it. To be able to have access to it first to see it.
I thought there was a way for me to show it to y'all, but all right, let me just go ahead.
If it's in, if it's a handout, you make the handout visible to everyone, and then you click show to players.
I just clicked show to players, but it didn't.
Because we don't have access.
I'll
to
just
the
go
sheet.
ahead and. There you go. And it also comes with a pair of gloves. There you go, Ember.
What have we seen? Have we seen somewhere?
It's in my my thing. I can try to post the picture.
We have a bunch of random tabs B for us. I don't know why we see all this crap. Why do we have all this?
There it is.
There it is.
Do we have Elven Forest, High Seas? Size does matter. Why do we have all this?
Yes.
They're all covert penis jokes.
No.
You can remove them for us seeing them.
I don't know how.
B.
I generally don't know how. All these are add-ons and everything, so don't. Anyway, Ember,
Okay, sure.
these
I'll tell you
are
later.
your new robes.
After each long rest, wearer can choose between one of three effects.
Oh,
One,
sorry.
2.
Sorry. Typo on my part.
One of 2.
3 is calling to me.
If I have resistance to fire damage and I can get resistance to fire damage again, is it no?
No.
No.
Specific
Okay.
that does that. There's specific things. You need a dragon mask. You need like an artifact weapon to do that, or item.
Number 2 it is.
Oh,
Alright.
because you're already resistant?
I guess like having proficiency, do you get proficiency again? Like, or expertise, you get double expertise.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Same thing.
Yep.
But there you go. You now have the robes of the flame.
It's cozy.
As you put
It's
on,
a-
it does indeed feel very warm, and as you are wearing it, you do kind of feel your fire slightly elevate as you do begin to feel it's growing back. It's like a very warm blanket.
Oh yeah, this is nice. Well,
So, what can I do for you? Do you need room, board, food?
That was pretty much it. We gotta go.
we're in a rush. Ain't no
Cool.
rest for us. We have
What
to
are
go
you
to
eating?
Coconut Cove.
Ah,
Catch the
heading
river.
on down that way. Well, it's a bit of a storm, so I mean, I wish you luck. It's going to be a long walk.
Yeah, I got that much.
Hmm?
Well,
Is there anything else that you all wish to do?
Overthrowing the government might be nice.
that would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Poggers even.
I agree.
I'm trying to think. You said all the shops are closed?
All the outdoor shops, like the tents and the little what do you want to call them? I guess
Bazaar?
the bazaar, the bazaar shop. Yeah,
Stalls?
the stalls. They're that's the word I'm thinking of. Stalls. All the
Hmm.
stalls are closed because they're outdoors and people don't want to be outside and get wet.
Hmm. Are there any general stores or you know what? I'll ask, is there a magic shop in this town?
Magic shop. Nothing to my memory. The only bit of magic thing is over at the mayor's office, and that's,
Oh, there's an alchemist, yeah.
yeah.
You've met her.
Okay. I guess at that point Kermit would ask if there was a general store, that's basically I'm looking for a place that would sell the basic items from the handbook.
I do believe there is a store nearby that has all it.
All right. Can you pull
If I
me?
remember correctly, it is 2 doors down to the left outside the door.
All right. Yeah, Kermit just wants to go there to get a cloak.
Just a regular old cloak.
Yeah, just a couple just a couple of cloaks, cause
Wet be gone.
I mean Kermit doesn't know. You know what? Kermit will turn around and ask, because I know like regular, fine, and traveler's clothes are part of the PHP. He'll turn around to Alil and ask, "Hmm, what's
Alil is
that?"
not in. Alil is not inside the tavern with you.
Kermit would have made sure to stay by her side when possible. So,
Did we was this a super good stealth check or something? Like, did she
No, she,
try it?
no, she just didn't enter.
Okay, so why did Kermit enter without her then?
Kermit, my
yeah, I just thought you were just placing tokens around.
no.
Okay. Kermit. Well, Kermit asks, "You not fancy going inside?"
I just like the rain. And you see that she's currently standing on the bit of the porch where it's covered by the railing or the uh, or the roof little cropping that's avoided from the rain, and she's already dried herself off.
Hmm.
And Kermit,
Oh
with
right, I
your
forgot her everyone's clothes were dried by the thing.
Kermit, you would see that there is a large hulking mass coming towards you with a happy face. Give me. And he kind of pushes out of the way as he opens the door, and Nala, you are quickly picked up.
Oh,
Run! Noah!
Hey, D.
Hmm.
You're kind of being swung around as he's hugging you.
So
This
he
is the first time you're
physically
all seeing
pushes him out of the
him at this
way.
point now. This is the first time you are seeing him again at this point. You do see that his swelling of the spores and fungals have been greatly reduced. There are still some scar tissue that gives his face still a bit of a lumpier sense and not even in some places. But he is currently dressed up in at least some not exactly form-fitting guard clothes. They are very much so like almost like an adult person wearing child clothes almost. You can see that there are parts where it's very tight and would be prone to ripping. But he is very happy and currently hugging Nala in a great big bear hug.
I know you're not trying to make it sound like that, but it sounds almost like he's wearing a stripper uniform for a guard outfit.
Artemis is like,
no.
this is too wholesome for me. I'm gonna go outside. I don't feel like eating cavities.
Ember's just sort of like stuck in between Bren and Bren and Nala.
He
Let him
he
go.
sets you down. Nala's like he sets you down. It's like you're back. Like you said.
Yeah. We were able to swing by for a little bit.
I don't have
He's
level 2 spells.
very
Ice is
happy
still-
as he's looking around at you all. What doing? You come play?
Maybe for a little bit. Artemis, do you know how long the river's gonna go this way?
Artemis is outside, but she's just like watching the river go.
Bren, do you know how much longer the river's gonna go this way?
Oh yeah, let me and he kind of like reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a fairly small but kind of cracked pocket watch as he looks over it. You got about 4 hours.
Yeah, I think we have time to play. Where do you guys want to meet up when we're done, though?
We have 4 hours before the river changes.
Yep.
You're outside, but yeah.
4 hours before the river changes back to what we need to go.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Nala's like asking the people that can hear her, which I guess would be Ember, since Ember's stuck. Like, where do you want to meet up when we're ready to leave?
The tree?
I thought the river was already going the
Yeah.
other way.
Okay, yeah, the tree where we beached the raft. Okay, yep, I'll be there in like 3.5 hours or something.
3.5 hours?
But that's where Bren said the river would change, right?
Oh, it's going towards
You
it
got
now.
about 4 hours. No. You're still
No?
I thought too. I thought it was
Oasis.
already heading back that way because it was nighttime or whatever. But I guess
No,
How
no,
did
we
we
would miss.
get
Yeah,
up
yeah.
here?
It's not nighttime. You left during the morning and it's currently about 10:09-ish. So it's still morning, but you just can't tell because of the heavy clouds.
Okay, yeah. So Artemis would have asked that how long before the river before she left because I thought I was getting ready to go like, oh, I'm gonna raft. Come on, guys, time to go. So like, yeah. So if not, Artemis isn't really so gun ho about leaving. Then she would have asked how long before the river changes. He would have probably said 4 hours.
Still gotten the
Said
same
cool, and she would never went outside. She would have went like somewhere else in this place.
answer. All right. So Ember, Nala, Kermit, the three of you are doing what?
Nala is trying to figure out what to play with D. She's got talk with plants, which might be an interesting thing to show him. I don't know if that's something I can share with other people. But I don't know. Either something he wants to do, play in the rain, splash in puddles, or just figuring something out.
A lot of what
'Cause-
he's doing, he just is very happy to be with you. So whatever play that he wants to do is mostly determinant up to you. So it's just two of you hanging out for about 4 hours or so.
Yeah. At the same time, she like tries to dial it back a little bit and make sure that he's actually staying healthy and like checking on him a little bit. But like under the guise of, oh no, we're just playing, yeah. But like seriously, are you doing okay?
hmm From what you gathered, you have learned that he has a room and is being fed. He has found a bit of a little room and housing in the guards' tower, or not the guards' tower, but the prison of sorts, where all the guards rest and reside. He was a bit too big for one of the main rooms, so they gave him one of the empty, vacant prison cells that remained unlocked at all times. And he seems overall very happy.
Okay.
Kermit, you were going to go ahead and try and buy some standard resources at the general goods store.
He will just buy a couple cloaks, yeah. I thought he was going to need to buy clothes, but if they're dried off, no need for it. So I think they're like, what, 3 gold apiece?
Cloaks are 2 silver.
Cloaks are 2 silver. Okay. I guess Kermit will put down 4 silver, grab a couple cloaks. Or I guess he'll put down 1 gold, get 6 silver back as
Silver back.
change.
All right. Artemis, you're just wandering around.
I'm a baby hippo in a hot tub.
Again, reminder that you have to pay for entry to the hot tub.
I snuck in the hot tub.
If they snuck in, if they didn't sneak in correctly, he would have just paid Ember. Ember would have paid.
Considering that there is that time. Yeah, Ember, you would have to pay because there was a bit of a notification system set up for the hot tub, so it would just be 2 gold for that. But Ember, what will you do?
Still try to sneak in the hot tub.
Are you going to?
Ember,
Then
how much is it?
For the hot tub, it's 2 silver, or not 2 silver, 2 gold.
Can you break up a platinum?
He easily does it. He jokingly grabs his war axe or his battle axe to swipe down on the platinum, but then he's just like, "Ah, kidding," and he
To
swaps.
be fair,
it out
that technically
for
would work because it's still metal,
money.
right?
It technically would work, but it's just him being good old Bren. And Ember,
Dad
what are
jokes
you going to do?
galore.
What did you say?
And Ember, what are you doing for the 4 hours? Are you just going to relax in the tavern for the time being?
Ember is going to try to talk to Allele.
You're going to try to talk to Allele. All right, she would have stayed with Kermit, and while Kermit is buying clothes in the general store, she would still be remaining outside waiting for him.
Any massages here?
Do they?
You could ask Bren.
They have
about
massage
that.
beds up there, right?
No, those are sleeping cots.
Okay. Never mind then.
So, Ember, you go to speak to Allele while she's waiting outside for Kermit, or are you going to try to talk to her with Kermit around?
When
Kermit, what would you do after purchasing the folks?
Well, he would offer 1 to Allele for the future, and just hang around. His mission is to deliver her, and I guess he would try to strike up a conversation.
So you and Allele would also be talking. Do the 3 of you want to partake in the talking?
Sure.
Ember?
Uh,
Are you
Ember
okay
was
with?
gonna Ember was gonna try to talk to Alil alone, but if that's not an option, then he just hang in the
I mean,
tavern.
if you want
I
to
mean,
just tell
Kermit's
Kermit
trying to.
that.
Yeah, he'd tell Kermit that.
I talk to her like, I don't trust you. It's like, damn.
After everything we've been through.
I'm trying to murder her. Just to
Alright.
spite me.
All right.
Well, on one
I'll say that.
condition,
And that would be?
like if we're talking in character right now,
Yeah.
hand over the pole.
Yep. Alright. Here you go.
Much obliged.
All right. So, Kermit, you are given the fishing pole that Ember had bought for you. Do not. Are you keeping this, or are you
He's just
like, holding on to it?
holding on to it. Because the
Okay.
last time he pulled out that thing, and he knows that thing
That
can
happened.
work outside of water. So yeah, Kermit's just taking it and sitting by the side, letting him and Alil chat it up.
All right. All right. And just for context, all of you are currently in the inn, Kermit's on the far side of the tavern side of it. And Ember, do you want to be with Alil there, or do you want to try and find a private room?
I think it would be fine there.
All right.
He sits down and he doesn't say anything for a second, and then he says, "That was a nice song you played earlier."
I learned it from my mother.
Very interesting. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Well, say, now that I think about it, I do feel like I've seen you before. It's not too familiar to me, but it's familiar enough to be notable.
Mhm.
And he's just sort of like giving a side eye.
She doesn't really seem to pay much mind to you saying that you've seen her before. She seems rather quiet and keeping stuff close to her chest. She hasn't really responded to you after that comment that she's just gently drinking some tea.
You said she was an elf?
She has elven features, either elf or half elf. Although due to her elven features, it's more closely towards leaning to a elf.
Very familiar. And well, I guess it is plausible that. Well, I guess I shouldn't really ask a woman her age, but. How long have you been around?
I'm 123.
123. Insight?
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
insight or not
insight.
because, I don't know if B knows that half elves don't live they live as long as humans.
Half elves apparently, like, exceed 180.
But they live as long as humans.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Thinking of then.
Halflings.
Now I'm confused. Do halflings? Oh,
They live to 180.
halflings?
Well,
Half elves.
they can
Oh, okay.
exceed. They can easily
Often
exceed
exceeding, yeah.
180. So I'd say like 200.
200.
Yeah.
My mistake then. Let me check halflings.
Alright. So
Nonetheless.
Halflings are long lived too.
Insight?
Yeah.
while you can tell that she's not telling you everything, she seems very upfront about her age, but she very clearly seems to be hiding.
He just squints and says, Something's off about you. Something's just piercing my brain, like you're not telling me what I want to know. That's on purpose.
I believe the business was to get me to Coconut Cove and nothing more. Right?
Well, surely we can have a conversation on the way, right?
She seems quiet as she kind of pulls the cloak up a bit more that was offered to Kermit as she's trying to remain as secluded as possible.
Hmm. So, whole name's Alil? That just it?
Yes.
Well,
I don't believe you.
she's not telling me everything.
It doesn't appear to be that she is lying, but she also doesn't appear to be telling the truth. Something. It's not quite clear what she's lying about, but you do get a feeling that she's not being completely honest.
Name's not little. It's a lot.
Hmm. He just sort of internally says, difference? Something's off.
I mean, like what?
I know her. I have to. But that can't be true, right?
Why not just be upfront about it?
Why not? Well, she ain't being very upfront with me.
Yeah, but if you confront her straight on about it, it's not like that she can be very clearly deny it. I mean, she can try, but I mean, if she knows that you know, then you know that she also knows it, and then we both know, and then we know what's really the truth. You know?
We're like Batman. Where is she?
Well, she might just shut down.
Shake her, then Kermit shoots you.
I get violent for no reason. Just don't play my character.
Where do they?
Well, I don't know. What can you do, difference?
I we could try commanding her, telling you
I was gonna say
the truth.
command, but that's mean.
I don't think that's the right move.
Well, it's the only move I got.
That's not really true. I don't think so.
I mean, I could try
Well,
charming her, or suggest that she tells you the truth.
that's all you can do? I need something that'll just show her that we're more friends. You know?
Then charm person.
Like a special
Can you cast friends?
he doesn't know the spell friends. He doesn't know spells.
But also,
I know.
Friends is like a lot.
I know it. I'm gonna do it.
Alright, well. It won't do anything bad, will it?
I mean, they'll know that I'm technically alive.
Everybody knows that you're alive. It's not like we can really hide it half the time.
I don't think she knows.
Mm, well, I think I'll just go with your first approach.
Friends it and she bonks you in with the violin afterwards.
And that's not command. The first approach is not command.
It's from Friends. Technically, the others like all
Charm
of them.
person?
I think those all do the same thing, really.
I mean, command is more violent. Charm person is more friendly. Suggest is more ish.
Person. The best charm spell is suggestion. They don't know you did it.
Suggestion, they don't know you did it?
Yep. It's the strongest. It's by far the strongest like dominate spell in the game, even better than like 8th level spells because it lasts for like 8 hours and bullshit like that.
All right.
I mean, the idea is like, see, usually people they have to wave their arms around and say words. I don't know what difference has to do, so she probably can't tell that your mask is casting spells on her.
I can also cast friends.
Probably in the clear. How does that work? After Friends ends, did you just hate the mask? Like, for some reason, I hate your mask, and it tried to charm me.
All right. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to suggest that they tell the truth.
Whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And stop hiding this information. I know she's withdrawing information from me. You got it?
I suggest that you tell the truth. That is a 9, but with a +5 modifier, it's a 14. And even with that, that fails. She is now under the effect of suggestion. And she is now going to be telling you the truth.
8 hours.
Where would I have known you from? I mean, it's crazy that I would. You're a lot younger than I am. I was in stasis for 300 years, right?
You would have known me from here.
From here? Where's here?
Oasis. I don't think you've seen me before, though.
Why would I know her from Oasis? I technically met her in Scarabs. Why would I know you from Oasis? Didn't I meet you in the other town?
Yes, but I grew up here.
Grew up here. And how would I have known you if I've only just met you in Scarab's Wings?
Well, we haven't formally met here, but I'm sure that you have met my husband.
Your husband? Who is your husband?
David.
David. You know where David is?
Oh, yeah, you do.
I know where David is?
You know who David is.
I said, I not who, where. Did I say who?
If she knows where David is?
Yeah.
She says, I'm not sure where he is.
Did you help him escape?
No.
How'd he get out?
It kind of seems like she's trying to fight back the urge to tell the truth as she seems rather nervous. Some
It's alright, I got 8 hours to do this shit.
some I wouldn't call them friends, or nor would I call them companions, but some people helped him escape.
Are you trying to hide from David?
Yes,
And the Thieves Guild is helping you out.
I provided them with a fake name and enough coin to have them give me a way off of the oasis.
Do you know these friends that helped him out?
No, only whispers. And even then, they are not directed towards me, but his nightmare mumblings during the late night.
What nightmare mumblings?
During times where he leaves home for a while and returns, he sleeps and he has horrendous nightmares and mutters things in his sleep.
Things like what?
About upholding a deal and the very heavy threat upon his life and the lives of everyone.
Hmm. Different. He goes back in and says, "Hey, Difference.
Hi.
Does that sound like demon stuff to you?"
I mean, kinda? It sounds definitely spooky.
Hmm. No idea where David would be. Why would I know the song? Strange. Is David the only reason I would know you?
Yes.
You don't got any strange past you're not telling me about?
Not that I know of. I only knew my mother. That was at a very young age.
Once he thinks on it for a second, his eyes sort of just spike. Who is your mother?
My mother.
Not a hard question.
I never really knew her name. I only knew her for a fairly short time, and I only addressed her as Mom. After some time, we arrived here in the oasis, and she left me in the care of some people and left.
You know where she could have gone?
No.
Can you play that song again really quick?
She nods as she begins playing the tune once more, the sound of the violin echoing in the tavern as the sound overweighs the sound of the patrons.
Does he
Plays in your mind. You can just feel the melodies and predict the tones that it goes. Like hearing an old song that you've heard and you remember the lyrics too.
would I know like the source of where this came from? Am I in my memory.
Make a history check.
6. 6.
It's just outside the grasp of your mind.
Well, looks like Kermit's learning it. Could help me in the future. Who were you left with?
They were a nice family. Gromul and Dierda.
Do they still live around here?
No.
What happened to
Passed
them?
away.
Of
Age.
course they did. There ain't nobody else who would know anything about your mother?
No one that's around here anymore.
That makes me think that there's someone out there that would know. Do you know of them?
Not sure they are. There were a few people that came and left. But the people that were here when my mother dropped me off, it was a while ago, so I am not sure if anyone alive is still that had left here all that time ago.
Who's your father?
I don't know. I never met him. What if you're the father?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
I think I would remember having a kid.
Would you? You don't remember anything else about your past?
I've never had any relationship.
Are you sure about that?
I don't remember one. And
And there you go.
Difference. I'm probably not the father.
If you don't remember it, then maybe. Wait, you pour water on her. Does she get all cracky?
If I pour water on her, do you know what Kermit would do to me?
Dad with a shotgun right now is waiting.
The banjo just slowly switches from that happy melody. Like, you know he can't hear you, but feels like he can hear you. As it changes to a minor version, like to a. I'm not going to say. I hate musical terms, but like major, minor. Like,
Yeah.
he plays it in a minor version of the song that Allele was just playing.
Ugh. Chills.
Let's see. Let's see how chilling. Not really that chilling, just a bit off. Keep rolling really low on his banjo lately. But yeah.
Have you ever been swimming?
Yes.
Was it fun?
I enjoyed it.
Didn't hurt at all, did it?
No.
See difference? No connection. Unless you can see any sort of genasi in her.
Hmm. Okay. I don't see a connection. But until it's proven otherwise.
Difference. I can almost guarantee you, 99.9% certain, I do not have a child.
If you say so.
Sort of
Does
poses-
Amber know how babies are made?
He'd know, yeah. But he doesn't remember having any relationships. So, what are you gonna
Difference know how babies are made.
do? Does Difference know how babies are made? Difference, do you know how babies are made?
Well, when a man and woman, the man puts his penis into the woman.
Oh, okay, yep, you know. Stop. That's good enough.
She goes into very deep detail.
Nope, I'm not listening. La 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 la. That's in my head. La 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 in my head. Please stop talking.
Bounce chicka wow wow music in the head, and then
And then he comes.
Yeah, that's great Difference. Why do you know that?
like all
Aren't
over
you
her
a
face.
300-year-old mask?
The first time they have sex, but then later when they really get it,
Then later, when they get really into it, the guy offers the woman for a little bit of an extra fun time, and then they bring out the lube, and then they
What?
gently put a.
they would explain the first time they have sex, that's when they come on their face, right? But then when they get really serious, and then they decide they want to have a child together, then they have the real sex.
We don't need to go into this. We're Difference.
I love the idea that the second part of the bringing out the lube is just like actually new to Ember, and it's just like, oh no, now it's my innocence I have to worry about. Stop.
They introduce like a gimp and 3 midgets, and like and Ember's like, wait, you can do that?
What do you mean
Right.
people can be liked talking down to? What? No.
Alright. So, Ember?
Do you have any questions I could ask her? I can't think of any, but I want to find her mom.
There's your mom.
I already asked that. You don't know.
Maybe ask her where she's going?
Well, on a lighter note, where you planning on heading after this?
Far away.
How far?
Past all of this. Maybe I'll find some distant continent on the other side of the world to live on. Far from the eyes of everyone.
You know, I know a place like that. Grew up there. Kirin Tor. It's, a lot further. It's a lot. Well, it has nothing to do with this place. That's for sure. It's changed since I've been there, of course, but it sounds like it's a good place right now.
I might go there to hide.
It would be a good place to hide. A lot of sturdy walls, good defenses. At least from the time I was there. Who knows, maybe they took out ancient structures for no reason. Nevertheless, it should be safe. And it's pretty out there. The only person I know who knows of it is Bren.
Then
I
perhaps
must
should
kill
go there.
Bryn.
So that was definitely a lie. Like, you talked to Gravel.
Well, Gravel's from there.
Oh,
It's a
outsiders
difference.
that know of it.
Yeah, outsiders.
Which is different than what you said, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions or interactions you wish to do with her?
He just says, well, I better go see if Artemis is getting into any trouble. Kermit will take care of you from here.
Alright. Current, you see Ember leave Leo after a decent amount of time and head on out of the taproom half of the inn.
He makes sure that Kermit knows He's getting up.
Mhm.
Kermit will go over to Ember real quick.
Yep.
And have Steph give the case back with the rod.
Thank you.
Just
See, making babies is like that, except you're the one that gives the rod.
Difference!
is he just
Sort of
yelling
left
that
field.
out? Like,
Well,
I know Kermit can't hear difference, but is Ember just yelling it out?
no, it's internal, but you can definitely see his facial expression change.
You got to poop.
Go from a quiet thank you to a
Well, I'll be back in a bit, so I just gotta make sure Artemis isn't, I don't know, well, stealing anything. Seems like a thing Artemis does.
No, Artemis is gonna steal to steal.
Yeah, but maybe you found something you want.
Yeah, probably would have stolen it.
All right. So, is there anything else important that anyone wishes to do before the river switches?
Nope.
Note to Kermit, Amber.
Other than check up on Artemis.
All right.
It's a baby
Artemis.
hippo in the water, staring at the wall, with a smile on the hippo's face while twirling a dagger, while naked in a diaper.
Yep, nothing's changed.
All right. And Nala.
Nala's chilling. Maybe she could have like seen how well nobody's really out and about, but I think she and Dee are just getting wet, playing in the rain a little bit.
All right.
Just a fun day.
All right. And then I can say that we can call it here if we want, since most likely after you guys make it down to the river, it's going to just be that for the remainder of the time. Or we can continue to push on further on if anyone else is awake enough to continue for a bit longer.
I am not really awake.
All right. So
I'm
are
okay
we
with
okay
whatever.
with calling it here?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. But you got a daughter.
What?
It might be possible.
Yeah, we don't know. But you got a daughter.
Maury, 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 Maury.
We don't know. It could just be like a just one of those plot points where it's like, oh, there's a twist. It's not actually your daughter like you think.
Okay, but that's the thing. Whenever that twist happens, it's whenever it doesn't matter because it's
Yeah.
character interaction.
I
at
mean,
that
if she was like a
point.
fire person, you'd be like, okay, but she looks nothing like you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just difference being funny.
Oh yeah. But you have a daughter.
Yeah. But I could have a
No.
daughter.
I understand the rationality. I'm not using that. You have a daughter.
Realistically, it is possible.
Doesn't need to be, but still, yeah.
The timelines match up.
The timelines do match up. Wait, do
How old is
they?
Amber?
No, that doesn't make
How old
any
is Amber?
sense.
I thought you
No, it doesn't
400
match up.
years ago.
Yeah, 300 years old. She's 100 and some.
How long do elves stay pregnant for?
No, she's your daughter from back in time for like 400 years ago.
150 years.
Considering half elves are maids, and they probably still have parents. I mean, adventure the same gestation time, considering they don't age at a different rate until the age of 20 compared to humans.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright. So is everyone good then?
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
And we shall pick up here as you finally make your way down to Coconut Cove. Hopefully without encountering or accidentally fishing up any more tiger or sea tigers.
God, I can only hope.
Next one to trash my banjo, I am not letting them get away.
It was an
The next,
accident.
Oh
next-
crap! I didn't even know that. That's why you were angry.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next thing Ember fishes up
I would say that was
for.
like perfect how Kermit got like stabbed it with a small dagger, but did a whole lot of damage because he was livid.
My banjo!
No, he doesn't scream or say anything. Of course.
I know, it's just like a quick, like a little, like attunement, like a higher pitch to it, like my banjo.
Yeah, he's
I'm
nearly
gonna
silent
kill
but deadly.
this.
Yeah.
It's like the one time you get a little bit anger in your voice.
Yeah.
That banjo
That-
means a lot to me.
That
I'm,
Dadgummit.
was uncalled for.
I'm gonna drop out.
See ya.
All right.
Bye bye.
Good night, Ember.
Night.
Eh.
Is there